How are you doing? I hope everything is well with everyone. I know I'm coming on really late, not my normal schedule, but I've been doing so much things during the past couple of weeks, and I wanted to just come and give you some videos, some for us to discuss, some cases to discuss. So while you're coming in, make sure you just hit the like button for me. I truly appreciate it. Or hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Share this content out and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. And I just want to say shout out to Brucey. Thank you so much. I truly appreciate you, sir. I hope everything's going well with you and your family. Miss J Boricua, shout out to you, ma'am. Shout out to you. Hope everything is well. Hey, Miss Sweetheart, how are you? I hope everything's well with you, dear, and your family. Truly appreciate you. Truly appreciate you guys for coming and stopping by. So don't worry, this one won't be that long. It really won't. It won't be that long. I have 2 cases for you guys, and I hope that you enjoy them. I was like reviewing the little cases, and I was like, you know what? I think these would be kind of interesting to bring to the group. And let's go ahead and play this out, okay? So the first case that I have is about probably the dumbest killer ever. He was, I guess what he probably did in the interrogation room was was comical at best, And I wanted us to review it and see what was going on. So just like I said, make sure you hit the like button. Truly appreciate it. Let me go ahead and pull up my screen, and here we go. I hope you can see this. All right.
Just talked to the guys in Tennessee. They're saying, them boys there are saying he's the guy.
This is 23-year-old Tyler Panzarella. Tyler is being investigated by the Myrtle Beach Police Department for the murder of his roommate and co-worker, Christopher Sky Bowling, whose remains were discovered just hours earlier near a haunted road in South Carolina.
They saying that you planned this, you drove him out there, you had the gun, y'all walked out there, you shot him.
No.
So was it an accident? You shoot him by accident?
I never.
Or you just a monster and just say, hey, we're going to take you into the woods and blow your head off.
The person Tyler is pinning the blame on is Nick Henry, Christopher's best friend. However, the detectives interviewed Nick as well, and he insisted that Tyler was the cold-blooded killer, not him.
Why would he say you shot him? Tyler said I shot him? Because Tyler shot him. Like, listen, bro. Like, I was telling y'all the guy's on the truth. I did not do it. He did it.
Oh man, Nick had the gun. He's been like he scares me. That's the type of person he is.
It was not me. I swear to God. Like, please, it wasn't me. Like, I swear to God, it wasn't me.
This is your chance. I mean, did you do it? Did you kill him?
No. I'm being 100% honest on everything. No.
I didn't do it. I swear to God, I didn't do it. I did not want none of that to happen to him. I swear to God. I swear to God on everything. I promise. I swear to God. Like, I'm the one who took him down there to see his kid.
And now he's dead.
It's not my fault. It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault.
The drama began on August 2nd, 2020, when Chris's mother, Kelly Simmerly, reported to the police that Chris had been missing for 5 days.
This is not like our son. This is not like Chris. This is not his personality. This is not anything like him. He would not just, disappear and without a trace. He just wouldn't. I'm worried that he is hurt. I'm worried that someone is hurting because this is out of character for my son.
The Myrtle Beach Police Department immediately launched an investigation and learned that Chris was living with his coworker, Tyler. So they went to Tyler's workplace to speak with him.
We are speaking with Tyler Panzarella. How long have you known Chris?
Not too long.
Chris was originally living in Tennessee, but he reached out to Tyler a few months ago, looking for a place to stay. He told him it would only be until he found an apartment of his own. He wanted a permanent residence to be closer to his son.
And so his son and stuff is here, so he was asking me, he's like, hey, I want to come down to Myrtle Beach and everything. Could you help me out and let me stay with you? I'll pay you rent or whatever. And I was like, yeah, no problem.
Chris's friends Bailey and Nick drove him to Myrtle Beach, and Tyler agreed that the three of them could stay at his apartment temporarily. But according to Tyler, Chris had a change of plans when he met a girl online, and he suddenly vanished.
So last time I heard from him, I think it was like the 26th, 27th, I believe it was. And then he just kept talking about like this girl he was talking about and going to like North Carolina with her. Okay,
Who's the girl, do you know?
I have no idea. I don't know the specific name. And then, didn't answer my phone calls or nothing, anything, nothing at all.
Do you have Bailey and Nick's numbers?
Yeah.
Apparently, Bailey and Nick went back to Tennessee shortly after Chris disappeared. So, the detectives reached out to them to see if they would corroborate Tyler's story. They failed to get a hold of Bailey, but were able to speak with Nick, who also said that Chris met a girl from North Carolina and skipped town to be with her. However, this story still seemed suspicious to the detectives. Chris's family claimed.
So I wanted to stop there. It does seem very suspicious because the whole point of him even going down to North Carolina was to be closer to his child. Apparently, the closest person that he knew in North Carolina was this Tyler character. It doesn't make any sense for him to just hook up with some girl online and go live with her. Now, mind you, I know there's homosexuals out here, but it doesn't seem like this is a homosexual guy. This seems like a guy who really just wanted to be closer to his kid, and he wanted to uproot himself to be closer to his kid. If anything, worst case scenario, if his, depending on his ex and how their relationship is, he could have been like, hey, can I stay in your basement or something like that? I can see my son on a regular basis. I won't be a bother. I won't be a burden, outside of her being married or probably in a new relationship. But he didn't have no other family. And the way how he made his parents know of his whereabouts, what he was doing, what his plan is, I don't see him acting, sporadic in that way and just meeting some girl online and moving with her instead of actually staying with the only person that he really knows down in North Carolina. So that doesn't look like his character. even off of the basis what his mom said, that's out of his character. He's not someone who is, go on a whim. He planned it. He knew why he was going down to North Carolina. So he's not spontaneous in that way. The second thing is, how would the two guys that got him from where he was at to drive him down to North Carolina, how would they know if he up and left with some girl to move with them and not stay with Tyler? You just dropped him off and y'all proceeded to go on your merry way. So how did you get that information? And did you get that information from Tyler? Right? Because that would be the only one that would tell you, because you're his friends. And even in that, it's just like, it just seems weird. It doesn't seem, it doesn't seem legit. And then for some particular reason, now y'all don't know this girl. So you know the fact that he's left with some girl that he met online, but you don't know this girl's name. You don't know where this girl lives in North Carolina. You don't know whether or not if she was even closer to where his son was located. I find that quite odd. But let's go on.
That he loved his son more than anything. So why would he leave everything behind for a mysterious girl he met online? The detectives executed a search warrant for Chris's social media records and discovered nothing. After posting a video of himself by a fire on the day of his disappearance, all activity came to a halt, and they found nothing to suggest that Chris had met a girl from North Carolina. At this point, they had a strong feeling that Tyler and Nick were hiding something. So they obtained another search warrant, this time for Tyler's apartment. The detectives didn't find anything until the cadaver dog went into Chris's room and detected human remains. However, there was no body in the apartment, and just because the dog detected the smell, it didn't mean that a body was ever there. The only thing it confirmed was that Tyler had picked up the scent of a dead body somewhere, possibly on his shoes, and carried it into his house. 6 days after this search was conducted, the detectives went back to Tyler's apartment to speak with him for a second time.
Hey Tyler, how you doing? Good. I'm Detective Eddie. This is Detective Whitmire. You mind if I step in and talk to you? Originally, we were kind of helping the missing persons division, okay? At this point, we think that something happened to Chris. And we're obviously talking to you because you're one of the last people that saw him, okay? This is the important part, okay, for you to basically be 100% truthful and just listen to me for a second, okay? To tell us everything you know, okay? Because we think something happened here, possibly an accident, okay? And we think you know something about it. I'll tell you right now, when we came here to the search warrant, we had a cadaver dog come. The dog alerted to possible deceased person in your apartment.
But did it where? Did he, or like where? Is it just like in general? Or just like.
What I'm trying to do, I'm not playing games with you. If you're,
I'm not either.
I know. I know. What I'm saying is, I'm trying to give you every opportunity to basically tell us anything additional you may have. We need to know now, because later on, when we put the puzzle together, which we're going to do, we're not going to have this conversation. Does that make sense?
Have you ever had a weapon?
It was a 9mm, but it went missing whenever Nick left. He went to Tennessee.
Okay.
Do you think that Nick or Bailey would be capable of doing something to Chris?
When you say Bailey, you mean just from like the way Nick talks and carries himself? Like, maybe. Nick scares me, okay, if I would be really honest. Like, truthfully, like this one, like, freaks me out. And so, like, he, like, said weird stuff about, or basically, like, that he might have done something. And that just scares me out of me. But I've never been around.
So that is beyond crazy. Like, he excuse me, but he literally threw Nick under the bus immediately. And the reason why that worked is because when the detectives came there and they told him, hey, the dog smelled remains, human remains, deceased human remains in your house, they don't necessarily know if it's because it's from your sneakers or if actually a body has been here, but they detected it. That was, that Nick guy scares me, like he's really like intimidating. Y'all saw the picture of Nick. He do got the cuckoo eyes, but you're literally like, you look like you're taller than him. You outweigh him by like 30, 40 pounds. And you're talking about you scared of him. No, you just threw your guy under the bus. And on top of that, it's like, wait a minute, if y'all not even cool like that. Why would you even send him to go get the guy anyway, to bring him down here? Why would you even use him? If you're saying that he's scary and he could have possibly have done something, why would you send him to bring this guy down to your house? That just seems odd to me. You know what I'm saying? Unless maybe the guy said he will pay them. And then on top of that, why you didn't come? You know, like, there's so many questions that's going on in my mind. But I just wanted to know off the bat, he just threw Nick under the bus. He got scared once he heard about the dog finding the smell of deceased remains in his home. And he was already having the defensive posture with his arms crossed, like he was trying to withhold anything. So that's so far what's going on right now. And he already have included Nick into this. Hey, King Kamikaze, what's up? How are you? I hope everything is well. You haven't missed much. We're right at the beginning. They're just now trying to pick things together. There's a person missing. They don't know whether he's dead or alive. His mother was the one who called, put out a missing person report on him. And this guy was the last person to see him, as well as two other people who drove him down to North Carolina. He wanted to live closer to his son. That's why he was going to be roommates with Tyler. This is the guy that's in the video right now. He was supposed to be his roommate, but apparently he doesn't know what happened to him, and he's been missing for 5 days. Let's go on.
Like, you know what I mean?
What did he tell you?
What was the road? What's that old haunted road? Like Lucas Fair Road?
I never heard this story.
It's like apparently a haunted road back there. He was saying he went there.
Mm-hmm.
And like did something or whatever, like said he killed somebody.
Mm-hmm.
But like, then that's when my gun missed. But I don't know who it was because it scared me.
Well, hearing that story,
yeah. But
do you think it could be Chris?
I mean, now, yeah, honestly.
If you're scared of Nick or Bailey or someone else, or, the best thing you do if you want to help yourself out is tell the truth. So did you see Chris dead at any point? Okay. Can you tell us what happened?
They just told me to go there. They thought we were just gonna go do some like haunted stuff or like by that road or whatever. So like we went there, and then like he had my gun or whatever, and then just just shot him.
Nick shot Chris. Where?
Head.
Then what happened?
Just shaking, scared for my life. I don't know if he's gonna shoot me or what. I don't know.
Is this guy a bozo or what? Why would Nick have your weapon? Why are you not holding your weapon? And then you allow this guy to use your weapon to apparently kill someone, and then you were scared out of your wits that you thought that he was going to turn your weapon on him. I'm still trying to wonder, why does Nick have your weapon? See, he thinks he's slick by saying Nick was the one who pulled the trigger. Unless the weapon is found, it's going to be his story versus Nick's story. But obviously, if they find the weapon, they're going to find who fingerprints is on it. It's already going to be registered to you. And this is why you threw that out there, that, oh, possibly the killing happened with my weapon. And now you're confirming, yeah, he shot him, and he shot him in the head. But he really, Nick didn't really have no reason to shoot him in the head. In fact, you didn't have no reason to shoot this guy in the head either. Unless the whole point of you saying, yeah, bro, you can come stay with me and pay rent and be closer to your kid until you can, have your own spot. Unless that was a setup to begin with. So now I'm starting to believe that you set the guy up to come down there. You never had any intentions on him being your roommate. Y'all was just gonna get him down there, see what he got, and unalive him. I don't know, take whatever. I don't know. It's just the weirdest thing to me, because I really don't even understand why this guy lost his life. I really don't. Can somebody put in the comment section, why did this guy lose his life? Because I'm not figuring out what type of motive it is. I don't know what the motive is. Let's see. Hey, Joy, how are you? It's good to see you again. He's covering up for something for him. That could be a possibility. That could definitely be a possibility. All right, let's go on.
This was like a scary.
I completely understand.
Despite recalling such a terrifying and life-changing moment, Tyler showed no emotion while describing it, maintaining a blank stare the entire time. Although everybody responds to trauma differently, this behavior made the detectives even more
Oh, you seen
suspicious
this
of
before,
Tyler.
Nathan?
So you're
Shout
out there
to
on
you.
Lucas
You was a
Road. Who's with
psychopath?
you? You.
Nathan Bailey.
Okay, so the four of you get out of the car.
Oh,
and what
that's
happens?
Just walk
wonderful.
into the
Happy
woods and
birthday,
just shot.
Elijah. Happy
What was
birthday
the conversation
and
before
many,
the gun
many
went off?
more. Blessings to you.
We're just all
Blessings,
walking to the
blessings.
woods.
So how did Nick get the gun? I mean, he just took it out of your car, or who had the gun when you guys got out of the car?
Because I was walking, and because he told me to bring it or whatever, so I was like, okay. And then he was like, hey, let me see it. And I was like, for what? He's like, I just want to shoot it or whatever. So I was like, okay. And then I handed it to him.
How far were they standing?
I like saying that.
Okay, so 6 feet, give or take, arm extended, or
Yeah.
Wow.
down?
No,
No, you can. You don't have anything near him.
Yeah, it came out literally just like that. It came out literally just like.
Some may argue that Tyler's laughter during this demonstration is simply a natural response to break the tension in an uncomfortable situation. However, the fact that he actually shot the handgun completely unprompted makes it much harder to play devil's advocate. A more sinister explanation for Tyler's laughter is that he is not just reenacting Chris's murder, he's reliving it and gaining gratification from doing so.
So did Nick say anything right after he shot him?
Nothing. He just was quiet, and then he was like, take this.
So he gave you back the gun?
Yeah, I didn't know what to do, so I just grabbed him and went to the car.
If Nick handed Tyler the gun, why did Tyler not take control of the situation? Why didn't he leave Nick in the woods and go straight to the police? The detectives were not buying Tyler's story, but they played along since they still needed to locate Chris's body.
So where's his body now? Like Lucas Road somewhere?
Yeah.
You think you can get as close to the spot?
Yeah, I mean, I could probably go with you guys. Probably.
Although they didn't want to arrest Tyler for Chris's murder just yet, they couldn't risk having him flee at such a crucial point in the investigation. So, he was arrested and charged with obstruction of justice for providing a false lead and withholding information during their investigation.
He's just gonna pat you down, man.
Tyler directed the detectives and a team of officers to Gilbert Road, which used to be called Lucas Bay Road.
You got a handcuff key on your thing? Yeah. You just want to get him out and take the shackles? Huh? Swing your feet around, man. We're gonna take these leg shackles off real fast.
Tyler led the
Yeah, that was very smart of them to arrest him because he would have dipped. You could tell and look at his mannerism and the way how he was acting. He would have had dipped if they would have had just left him as some witness who just informed them of a crime that he witnessed. He would have left town. So to book him, have him somewhat detained, and then get him to take him to where the body's location is, that was definitely a smart move. Because if they would have just said, okay, well, we're going to go take whatever you said and go try to find Nick, he would have been gone. He would have definitely been gone. But let's go on.
detectives down a long road and eventually ended up at a fenced-off area deep in the woods.
It looks really good.
To the right, a little bit of that. It's kind of like saying that you're 1, 2 o'clock. I think that's about the spot then. You want to check it out?
The detective stood by Tyler while officers went into the thick brush and conducted a thorough search for Chris's remains.
Be careful where you're stepping if there's a crime scene.
You remember what shoes he was wearing that night?
It's like blue Jordans.
In blue and white?
About 50 feet back.
The investigators had found what they were looking for. Through dental records, they were later able to confirm that the remains did in fact belong to Chris. Tyler was escorted back to the police cruiser once again and taken to the police department for another interview.
You can take us to it or you can video, okay? Just talk to the guys in Tennessee. They're saying, them boys there are saying he's the guy.
This statement was a complete lie. Nick and Bailey hadn't been interviewed yet. In fact, both of them were still 6.5 hours away in Tennessee. The detectives wanted to see what Tyler would do if Chris's friends were pinning the blame on him. Stick to his story or confess to Chris's murder.
They saying that you planned this. You drove him out there. You had the gun. Y'all walked out there. You gave the gun. You shot him.
No, I never had a problem with Chris. Nothing ever.
So when we say that, when some people say that detectives lie or fabricate, that was a fabrication right there. They had to do it, right? You got to take it from the detective's perspective, not Tyler's, the detectives. The guy already lied to you and wasn't forthcoming when you went and interviewed him at his house. Then the first thing he did when he started to want to tell the truth and actually give evidence and details, he threw Nick under the bus, claimed that he was crazy, he was wild, he would be the one who would do such a thing like that. And then he also said that he gave Nick his gun. Why would you give Nick your gun? If you're going to use your gun or have your gun in your possession for protection for yourself, why would you give it to Nick? So now, as he's trying to paint himself as this innocent bystander or this innocent witness that was just at the wrong place at the wrong time, and he had no idea that Nick was planning to do this, but you gave Nick your gun initially. You gave him your gun initially while you're with the victim, Chris. And I forgot what the other Tennessee boy name was. So they had to set it up in this way where they saying, yeah, they're saying it as you, even though they haven't even got to them yet, because they want to see whether or not if he's going to be like, I give up, I did it, da da da, or is he going to continue to say, no, it's them, I didn't do anything, I didn't know what was going on. But you did know what was going on. You knew well enough that you needed to bring your gun and that your gun was used to unalive Chris. So you're at the end of the day, you're not getting away with, I was just an innocent bystander or witness to something horrible. No, you were probably one of the head pieces into why Chris lost his life. But let's go on.
I'm not like that, man. I came from a good family. I promise you, man. Like, I would never do that to someone ever.
They say you did it.
No. I'm telling you, I'm a good person. I would never in my entire life, ever.
You saying you was a good guy? Why didn't you call 911 whenever you left there? You just left him out there to die.
Because I was scared, man. I didn't know what to do. I've never been around that. I've never been in that situation.
This is your chance. I mean, did you do it? Did you kill him?
No. I'm being 100% honest on everything. No. I told you everything that happened. No.
So was it an accident? You shoot him by accident?
I never
or you just a monster and just say, hey, we're going to take you into the woods and blow your head off.
Oh man, Nick had the gun. He's been like he scares me. He's been scaring me ever since that's the type of person he is.
This back and forth went on for a while, with Tyler positioning himself as a defenseless victim, even though Nick supposedly handed him the gun. So far, the detective had been playing the role of the good cop, taking everything Tyler was saying into consideration, even if it was hard to believe.
All right, Tyler, sit tight. We'll be right back, okay?
Okay.
But now, it was time for the bad cop to step into the ring.
All right, Tyler, this is Sergeant Lee. This is my sergeant, okay?
I've been sitting in another room listening to you, listening to everything you say. And all these guys have told me everything that's been going on for the last 3 or 4 weeks, whenever the hell this started. All right? You're how old?
23.
What do you plan on doing with your life?
Be the best person I can be.
Really? Where do you want to be that best person?
Thanks.
Let me tell you right now, you're fixing to go to prison. Guess what's going to get done to Tyler? You're going from here, you're going to get charged with murder. You're going to be charged with killing Chris. Do you understand that? Look at me. Don't sit there and give me these crocodile tears. Tyler, don't sit here and bull me, because you don't go out to Lucas Bay Lights and bring a gun into the woods at night if you ain't got something planned. So be honest. This story, to be able to tell this story, shouldn't take you any more than 5 minutes, from beginning to end. You took your gun out of the glove box. You can smile all you want.
Smiling right now.
You're smirking.
I'm not smirking.
You took your gun out of the damn glove box. You handed it to you say you handed it to another kid. who then shot your buddy. And then you all let's just go back in the car and go back to my apartment. It takes you a month to come forward and say,
I didn't know what to do.
No, you didn't know what to do. You're a good person. But good people, you know what they don't do? They don't leave a kid to lay out in the woods to get eaten by animals. That's what you did. You've played the game in here long enough. You're involved in some that you would have never, ever been done if you were a good person.
So that's what you think. You think I'm just that type of person. And I don't know where.
Yeah, I think you're the kind of person that takes a friend out into the middle of the woods.
From what representation, though? That's what.
From your own words. 5 minutes. 5 minutes. You better talk.
The detectives hoped that Sergeant Lent's intense and overwhelming style.
Okay, the bad cop was really good. He played his role very, very well. Very, very well. Even to the point where he was able to bring out the arrogance in Tyler. Tyler got offended that he felt or looked at him as a certain type of way, that he did not look at him as a good person. And he really couldn't, he really couldn't go against what the bad cop was saying because everything that he said was factual. This was your friend. Chris was supposed to be your friend and your buddy. You said that you were scared of Nick and he's always been demented and crazy. But yet you sent Nick and another guy to go get your friend Chris from another state, drive him to your house because he was supposed to be your roommate. Then what possessed you to take out your weapon, give it to a lunatic that you are afraid of, allow him to shoot your friend in the head, and instead of staying with your friend or calling 911 or, I don't know, even trying to get away from the lunatic who has your gun that you're afraid that they're going to shoot you now, you hop your hillbilly ass in the motherfucking car with the killer and drive off, go to each other's house, and for a whole month act like nothing ever happened. And Chris is supposed to be your friend. And you really want the detective and all of us who are viewing this video to believe that you are this good person. A good person wouldn't have done that. It seemed like you set Chris up from the start. And I'm glad that they have him detained because eventually they can probably get access to his phone calls, his emails, whatever, and see if he was actually plotting this, to see if this was actually premeditated or was it just a spare of the moment within right then and there that they was like, hey, let's just, shoot this guy, try to rob him, get whatever we got out of him, throw him in the ditch. His parents already don't, his parents think he's down here and safe. They're not going to be calling for him. They're in a different state. You're not a good guy. And I'm glad that he did it because he showed the arrogance of him. There's no way that you should be feeling arrogant right now when you didn't do the right thing. You didn't even do the right thing as a decent person. What do you think the detective was supposed to say else behind that? But let's go on.
Style of questioning would encourage Tyler to open up to Detective DeWitt's calmer approach. However, this plan failed to elicit a confession.
Is there anything else you think of? Anything whatsoever?
You know what happened, you know what the story is, you know where the body is, and stuff like that. I made a mistake. I should have came to you guys sooner, and I didn't know what to do. I had no idea. But now I gotta live with that. There's really nothing I can do to get away from this, or... No, I know that. I made a mistake, dude. Now I gotta pay for that.
Clearly, Tyler had no intention of taking responsibility for Chris's death. Although they hadn't ruled out Nick as a suspect just yet, the detectives decided to charge Tyler with murder and possession of a weapon during a violent crime. Following Tyler's arrest, the detectives told Chris's mother that her son had been murdered.
They said that, we're sorry to inform you, but your son has been killed. Okay, yeah, it hit me hard. I could not breathe. I could not catch my breath. I was shaking all over, and I just kept saying, I knew it, I knew it, I knew it,
Kelly was relieved to hear that Chris's killer was behind bars. But if the detectives wanted to keep Tyler locked up, they had to get Nick and Bailey's side of the story. So, the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation tracked them down and brought them into one of their offices where they were confronted by the Horry County detectives, starting with Nick.
Hey,
Hey, Harry. Try to relax. Okay, we're just gonna have a conversation, all right?
Yeah.
Right away, the detectives believed that Nick's emotional demeanor was more appropriate for this situation than Tyler's strangely calm demeanor. However, considering Nick had over a month to prepare for this interview, it was possible that this was all an act.
So what's gonna happen? You might go to jail.
Wait, but let's just have a conversation and we'll kind of cross that bridge.
All right, so we're about to see Nick's interrogation. I'm gonna give you my my view on it. I do believe that it was Nick who did pull the trigger. So I believe Tyler's story. I believe he handed the gun to Nick, and Nick had the balls to shoot Chris. But I believe that they were both in cahoots together. I don't believe the part that Tyler was surprised that Chris got shot by Nick. No, I don't believe that part. But do I believe it was Tyler? Yes. And the reason is that he's very performative right now. Extremely performative, crying and all that stuff. Have you been crying like this for the past month when you drove back to Tennessee with the other fellow? I don't think so. I don't think this have been weighing heavy on your mind and your hearts and in your spirit for what happened to Chris for a whole month. So you found out that Tyler got arrested. Now they got a hold with Tennessee, and shout out for police officers across state being able to work with each other, right? Even though they're in different jurisdictions. And they was able to bring you down here to be, interrogated. Something that you thought that we don't know how smart they are, right? But a lot of people think that they can get away with certain crimes that they do in one state and it's not their home state. And they don't understand that there is, how can I put it, like inter offices and inter departments now with the police department that do work and they do things with each other, which I'm glad that they started that process, because before there was many people who were literally even in New York, right? People will shoot or unalive somebody in New York, and then the first thing they do is go down south. That was the getaway. That was the hideout spot. Go down south. So I'm glad that they changed that. But let's go on. Let's hear what he has to say.
Okay. All right, Nick. So keep it real with you, okay?
Yeah.
Obviously, we from South Carolina. I work for Horry County here in Myrtle Beach. We've been working on the case for quite some time now, okay? And we have reason to believe that you are involved in that case, okay? So we're going to go back to the night of July 27th, 2020.
Yeah.
Tell me about it.
Okay, this is Todd. We did it.
Yeah, what?
Please don't tell him I told you. He told me, he was like, if you ever tell anybody, I'm going to give you in your grandpa. Make sure you do nothing. Wait. He has my house key. Oh, he has my grandpa. Wait.
So, Kyle's in jail. So he's not a threat to your family, okay? But, unfortunately, he got you wrapped up in this, okay?
Right.
We're just trying to see what you can provide to us as far as from your point of view, okay? To make sure we have the story clear. Okay? So that's what we're looking for from you.
After being assured that his grandpa was going to be safe, Nick immediately began detailing the night of the murder.
Okay, so we're in the car and we're driving through there. Baby Sky and Tom.
Or whenever you say Sky, who's Sky? What's his real name?
His Sky said something about his nephew or something like that and started making fun of him, and Tyler just looked at him like that was the last straw. They haven't really got along. We're just driving, and I didn't know where the hell we were going. And Tyler's faces are so on dirt road. He's talking about some haunted forest or haunted something.
Oh, okay, Brucey, I'll check it out.
Everybody was just
Thank
freaked
you.
out, and we started walking, and we made sure he was behind him, and we all got wherever he wanted us to go to. We told him that it's a specific spot, and they just spooked him. I was terrified. I didn't know if I was gonna die too, and yeah. I've never seen anything like that before, and I didn't know what to do.
Nick's demeanor once again appeared genuine, aligning perfectly with the feelings that he was describing. Unlike Tyler, who claimed to be terrified but showed no signs of fear. Additionally, Nick's story was much more in-depth, while Tyler's story was surface level with very little details. However, the detectives wondered if Nick's story would change at all once he was under pressure.
So you didn't touch the body at all? No. I promise I didn't. I swear to God.
Pulse, man. Just let it there.
I was scared. He just popped him in front of me.
So why would he say you shot him?
Tyler said I shot him? Because Tyler shot him. Like, listen, bro. Like, I'm telling y'all the God's honest truth. I did not do it. He did it. And I have the proof that it was his gun. It was the first day I met him and he showed me. It was not me. I swear to God.
In one final Hail Mary, the detectives showed Nick pictures of his friend's skeletal remains.
That's what y'all left in the woods right there. See that? What is this? Yeah, you tell me what that is. What is that? Show you a better picture. Look at that. Look at it. Look at it. See that? Y'all did that. See that? Look at that. Who's that right there? Who's this right here? Look at it! You see it? Who did that? Who is that right there?
That's God, but I didn't do it. I swear to God I didn't do it. I did not want none of that to happen to him. I swear to God. I swear to God on everything. I promise. I swear to God. Like, I'm the one who took him down there to see his kid.
And now he's dead.
It's not my
He's
fault.
dead.
It's not my fault, bro. It's not my fault.
About an hour into the interrogation, the detectives conceded that Tyler had pulled the trigger.
Did you tell him the plan with Tyler?
No, Tyler.
Contribute to the plan that Tyler had for this whole situation?
No. Neither did Bailey.
What percent of responsibility do you think Tyler has for this? What happened? 0 to 100. 0 being the least, 100 being the worst.
Like 100. He's the one who
Let me ask you this.
Oh,
Bailey,
Joyce,
what
so
percent do
many
you think he
people
is?
bring God's
for this?
name in vain.
None. 0.
0%.
So many people.
And what percent do you think you are related to this?
I couldn't say anything. I couldn't.
Percentage-wise, do you think you have no responsibility for what happened?
I mean, I couldn't help it. So like maybe like 2 or something, but I can't just stop that. Cause he was gonna do that to me too. Like, please, it wasn't me. I swear to God, it wasn't me.
All right, this is a voluntary statement. Everything you just told us, you be writing on paper. Take time.
Okay. So it seems that the detectives is going to go with the route that it was Tyler due to him having mundane expression about Chris's death. Even to the point where, when he was reacting or, showing the detectives how Chris was shot in the back of the head, he kind of mimicked actually kind of like pulling the trigger. Only the killer or the shooter would possibly do that. He was kind of smirking when he was reliving the whole situation to the detective. And Nick doesn't even seem like the wild child that Tyler said about him. He seems like he seemed like a regular person, like a regular boy, but he seemed like a regular scared young man, like scared to death, nervous. And even with his mannerism, I don't see anything that seems deceptive. He's not showing any deceptive signs. He's showing real fear, real terror, traumatic. Of course, yeah, he still did the wrong thing. He should have said something. He should have did something. He could have went to the police. He could have even put a anonymous tip in to the police to let him know, like, if you were scared about your grandfather or Tyler coming to get your grandfather in Tennessee, you could have sent a call anonymously saying, hey, there's somebody's body behind this blah, blah, blah road, and be done with it. So I understand that they're going to definitely take Nick's side, because Tyler's mannerism, it was a mannerism of a sociopath, really. Not someone who was really friends with Chris or even cared about him. So let's go on. Let's see. Oh, Mixolydian, how you doing? The animation empty emotional smoke, exaggerated emotions. Yeah, I mean there are exaggerated, but you know what? Sometimes we seeing some characters on this channel, sir or ma'am. I'm not sure what gender you are, but where we've seen some real characters. We've seen people lay out, fall out, woo, throwing up. I'll go throw up, no throw up come out. I'm crying, no tears come out, screaming, no, my baby. And this person done took people out. We've seen some things on this channel. We definitely seen some things on this channel.
Thank you.
After providing
Hi,
a written
Jill. How are
statement,
you
Nick
this
was charged
evening?
with
Hope
obstruction of
everything's
justice
well.
for lying about Chris's whereabouts during his initial phone interview. Nick's interrogation only strengthened the detective's case against Tyler. But at this point, it was still one suspect's word against the others. At the very least, the detectives needed a tiebreaker, so they moved on to the final person who was present for Chris's murder, Bailey.
So here's the deal, Bailey. We ultimately know what happened to Chris. We know you were there. What we're looking for right now is to see how cooperative you're going to be with us. Because we don't need you getting in trouble just because your friends put you in a bad situation. Because nobody said you did anything, but you were there. What I need to know is, did Tyler shoot him? Or did Nick shoot him? Who shot him? Tyler. Kyle pulls out his gun and shoots who? Chris. How many shots? Just one. Okay. Make any direct threats to you?
I mean, he told me if something happened, he'd know.
Some other people we've spoken to said Nick shot him.
No, it wasn't. No, just because he's my friend, don't mean I'm gonna stand up for him, because I don't think it's right. Either way. But it was Tyler.
Would you be willing to take a polygraph to show that you're not having providing false information to us today?
Yes, sir.
All right, just sit tight for me, all right?
Yes, sir.
The polygraph test results suggested that Bailey was telling the truth. As you may already know, polygraph tests are notorious in being unreliable in detecting deception. But the fact that Bailey agreed to one was a testament to his transparency with the detectives, and gave him credibility as a cooperating witness. Furthermore, after the interview, he drew a diagram of the crime scene, showing where Tyler parked the car and where they were all standing when Chris was shot. In the end, Bailey was allowed to leave the station since he was determined to be nothing more than an innocent bystander. When Chris's mom learned that Tyler and Nick had been arrested, she was shocked since Chris only ever spoke highly of them.
Nicholas was Chris's friend for a long time. At least 5 or 6 years. Chris called.
Shout out to King Kamikaze, who sent flowers for 30 Jews. I appreciate you, sir. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. So I don't see a motive outside of the story that Nick told. Apparently, Chris and Tyler wasn't really getting along. They made some nasty comments to each other. Tyler brung the weapon, and they drove to this wood, and pretty much he shot Chris and pretty much threatened everybody around him, saying, if you say anything, I'm going to come and find you, I'm going to get you, or whatever not. It seemed that that's exactly what happened. And I don't know if did he plan this, or did this happen because of that commotion that night? Like, was they under the influence? Were they smoking weed, meth? I don't know if that was the case, but it probably was. It probably most likely was. An ego got in the way. But it's sad. It's very sad, because now we're about to hear his mother say, I can't believe that the people who was involved in my son's death was the people that he said was his friends, and he held them in high regard. You don't know, right?
Them his friends. He called them his brothers. he looked up to them.
While behind bars, Tyler continued to maintain his innocence. And 2 years after being arrested, he entered an Alford plea for voluntary manslaughter. This type of plea meant that Tyler didn't admit that he was guilty, but recognized that there was enough evidence that a jury would likely convict him. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison and must serve 85% of his sentence before being eligible for supervised release. To this day, it is unclear exactly what caused him to snap. As for Nick, he pled guilty to his obstruction of justice charge and was sentenced to 10 years probation. Chris's mother continues to struggle with the loss of her son, who she describes as her best friend.
I never once questioned God why. I've learned not to do that, and I've never once blamed God for this. God did not do this to Chris, but he allowed it to happen. But my main question is why?
Unfortunately, Kelly may never know why her son was taken from her in such a cruel and senseless way. However, she has since named a star after Chris as a constant reminder of the light he brought to those around him.
Rest in peace to that poor young man. He shouldn't have lost his life like that. It's very sad that we're getting to the point where even people that you thought you knew, you don't really know. People that you thought have your back don't really have your back. And that, you can't trust people the way that you used to trust to. Like even childhood friends, right? You don't know what type of jealousy or animosity they hold against you. You don't know if they're plotting against you. You don't know if they just going to snap. It's so many things that's going on in this world. But I'll tell you one thing, that Tyler fellow, he's not dumb. I'll tell you that much. It was very smart for him to go with the Ford plea, right? Because he's just saying, hey, I'm not admitting that I committed the murder. However, I'm in agreement with the court that y'all have enough evidence that you can produce a conviction on me. And that gave him 20 years instead of 25 years to life. Smart, very smart dude. So now he can do 20 years, probably even get out a little earlier. He can, get on probation for maybe like 1 or 2 years after that. He can be out by the age of 38 or 40, it was supposed to be 43. But yeah. And because remember, he's 23 years old. He'll be out soon. He can be out really, really, really soon. And he doesn't really have a murder on his record. It's not really going to be a murder. It's not going to be considered a murder. So it won't really necessarily, I mean, it still is something frowned upon when it comes down to society, community, or the publications about this case. But if, he won't be denied jobs over it. So that's one smart young man. I'll tell you that much. All right, guys. So I have the last and final case for you because I know like it was late, and this is why I said I was going to do very short cases with you guys. So go ahead and hit the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. Or hit the down button. It still helps the channel. Please share this out with anyone who liked this immersive conversation, and you can go ahead and talk in the chat. I truly appreciate it. Also, if you have any cases that you like that you would like me to review on the channel, at the end of the live stream, just go ahead and put it in the comment section. I read all my comments. I heart on my comments, and I appreciate anyone who do leave any comments on the live stream or their cases that they want me to review in the comment section. Truly appreciate it. Truly appreciate it. Brucey said there are evil people in this world. The majority, a lot. Yes, definitely. All right. So the last case that I have for you is about a lady named Jasmine. Okay. A lady named Jasmine is going to realize that she's never going home. And I wonder why. All right. So let's go ahead and pull this up and see what Jasmine Dunn did to not be able to go home anymore. All right, and here we go.
When the police found the body of 52-year-old Julia Martin lying on her bedroom floor, they initially thought she had choked on her food. Her daughter, 23-year-old Jasmine Harley, had called the police after finding her mother's body. Jasmine had a solid alibi, but the police found it
Hello,
strange
Joe
that she
Black.
showed
Thank
no
you very much
emotion
for the
when talking
compliment,
to them
sir.
about her
Good
mother's
evening.
death. The day after her mother died, Jasmine sold all of her mother's possessions, and she started calling the police, asking them when they would close the case, so she could collect her mother's $300,000 life insurance policy. The police began to suspect that Jasmine and her boyfriend, 21-year-old
Oh, this is starting off on the wrong trip. Shout out once again to King Kamikaze, who sent high fives for 100 joules. Thank you so much, sir. Truly appreciate your financial support. Truly appreciate your viewership, as I appreciate everyone's viewership on this late evening, Tuesday evening. Shout out to you, shout out to you, shout out to you. Yeah, but this is not starting off really good. This woman already seems diabolical. She seems like she's a single mother in a relationship. Her and her baby daddy plotted a scheme. Go ahead and unalive my mom. I know she has a life insurance that has about 300,000. That's gonna put us up on the right foot. So you can't wait until your mom go from natural causes. You have to take your mother's life. You gotta. That's how it is. I mean, you seem able-bodied. Why would you do that? But I don't know. I don't know. Joe said, Lord, common sense wasn't so common with this young lady. Nope, she wasn't. King said, ooh, she did it. Yeah, she did it. You can look at it like diabolical in those eyes, isn't she? Let's go on.
Knowledge Kauser hired 2 men to kill her mother. They decided to ask the couple to come in and take a lie detector test.
All right, we'll get you going. Why don't you grab a seat right there and we'll keep them on.
Because I don't have anything to hide, so. I mean, mind you, I am a little nervous because this is.
Hey, you know what? So. That's, first off, I'm Investigator Roger LeClaire, okay? I know there's a lot of talking going out there and stuff like that.
Stressed out, so I'm a little anxious right now, but.
Right, and that's, you know what? That's understandable. You know what that tells me?
Right.
You're human. Okay? If you weren't anxious, you weren't all nervous and jerky and stuff like that, I would think there's something wrong. If you try to come in acting all cool and calm and you know,
and so pretty much after this, I can just walk out the door?
Absolutely, you can walk out the door anytime you want. There's no lock on that door.
That's what I'm like, okay, good.
Okay, you can.
I mean, I'm comfortable. I just like to know on my base. Okay, I have one question. Have people gotten convicted by this, but they could be completely innocent?
This is an instrument that's 100% accurate. I'm going to tell you whether you're lying or not at the end of this.
Oh, wow.
Okay, whether you're being deceitful or not.
Okay.
Okay? But I'm asking very specific questions. I don't care if you stole a candy bar.
Okay, so I think that's very interesting that she's asking that question. She says she has nothing to hide. That's fine. You probably don't have anything to hide. You're about to take a lie detector test. Okay, that's fine. You want to show the police and the detectives that you have nothing to hide, right? But I find it very strange that the first thing you ask them is there chances that people have been convicted off of what is being shown on the lie detector test, even though they might have been innocent. I found that very strategic for you to paint a question in that way, because you're trying to let this detective, who's also, even though he's just doing the lie detector test, he's a detective too. You're trying to let this guy know up ahead, hey, listen, I might fail this test, but I'm telling you, I'm innocent and I have nothing to hide in reference to what happened to my mom. So, I want to know whether or not do I really have something to fear. I thought that was very smart. Strategic, cunning, and she probably know more than meets the eye. That she's already trying to prep the room as in, hey, don't look at me because there's a possibility that I might fail this test. But I ain't do it. Yeah, I ain't do it. Joe says she doesn't even know she can leave, just leave or don't answer anything. Right, she doesn't. And here's the thing too. Some people, when they get nervous and anxious, they start telling everything. They start telling their soul. They start telling, their deepest secrets in the closet that they've been holding for since they were like 5 years old. They start spilling everything when they're nervous, or also if they're anxious about trying to prove they're innocent. Usually people do those things.
This morning from the start. That's not what I'm here for. I'm here regarding the death
of my mom.
Of your mom.
Yeah.
I'm tooting my own horn. You got probably one of the best examiners in New York State right now. Okay? Now, by my notions, I've been doing this for a while. I've been doing this since 2007, and this helps us either focus in on somebody or move on, not having to focus in on somebody. Perfect. I don't want to have to focus on you anymore, meaning me, the investigators.
Right, of course.
That's why we do this. Okay. You were gone, you and Knowledge were gone. Yes. You guys returned at some point in time. You detected the caller, she didn't answer.
Because she's not in cuffs.
You returned home, and that you entered through a back door that is commonly left unlocked when you're not home, just so you can enter. But the front is usually locked.
Always.
Okay. So you go to the back door, you enter. What happens after you enter?
It was quiet. I walked in the house, walked in her room, looked on her bed. She wasn't there. Looked on the floor.
Right? Right, Miss J?
Okay. Then you found her. Okay.
So and then I freaked out.
Did you go directly to her room when you got there?
Always.
Okay.
Every time. Every day. I go straight to her room first, just to make sure she's in bed, and then.
Right. Okay. My understanding at this time, because there's not a full medical examiner's report yet.
I mean,
I know that
she's been cooked since she got in the door.
That's what, right, and that's basically what I'm going to say to you. But I'm going to word a couple of these questions. I'm trying to think of which way to word them, because the wording of the questions are very specific, and I want to make sure me and you are on the same boat.
Jasmine doesn't know that Knowledge refused the polygraph test, and he is sitting out in the car waiting for her to come out.
I'm so nervous. I have nothing to be nervous about.
Well, you should be nervous. You're at the police station. You're talking about your mother's death. So that's natural. Yeah, I mean, yes, absolutely.
God. Like, I so wonder if he's in there doing his. I hope he is. So he can just clear his name. Oh, my God.
Now, if you suspect somebody, for whatever reason...
Oh, believe me, I've been thinking of possibilities.
Well, I'm just saying, though, this will tell me, though, if you even have an inkling, okay? And you're telling me no, just because you don't have evidence. I'm not asking if you have evidence of somebody doing it.
If I think I know, right?
If you got a suspicion, do you know...
I have a couple, but it's like, I don't want to throw any... I'm waiting for the...
Well, it's not about throwing. Well, you should be throwing everybody your brother under the bus.
But you know what I mean, though? Right. Like, I don't want to falsify any...
Oh, dear Jasmine, you are making it so bad for you right now. So bad. Because the questions that you're asking this man is called fishing. You're fishing for what they're trying to do. You're fishing for, is there already going to be someone after this polygraph going to come and say, we have this evidence, that evidence on you, or we spoke to your brother? You're already fishing for those things. She doesn't understand that quiet or being silent and just letting him explain the process of the polygraph would have been better, right? Would have been better, because the way how she's asking now is not, mind you, is nothing wrong to ask questions. I'm the first person that will always say that. Please ask questions. If you don't know, just don't take anybody's word, as the honest to God truth, or they're the subject matter expert on anything, right? Always ask questions. However, the way how she's asking questions are fishing type of techniques that you fish to find out what somebody else know. She doesn't know that him explaining it to you, he's studying your mannerism as well. He's also seeing things about you that he's going to assume is going to pop up in the polygraph. These guys are detectives too. Not all polygraph examiners are detectives, but he's a detective. He says that he is one of the best. Most likely he's been doing this for a very, very long time. He is not a contractor polygraph examiner that you can get from the state or a city, or if they're a freelancer themselves. No, he's been working with this department and probably that county for almost 20 plus years for him to be one of the top examiners to do polygraph tests, right? So she's cooked, as the nice young folks say. She is a cooked turkey. Cooked turkey. Let's see. Must say this is some great content. I like this. Nice over here. Oh, thank you very much. I appreciate you. Just go ahead and sit back, Mr. Joe Black, and enjoy the show. Thank you so much. And stay warm. Hi, Michelle. How are you? Good evening. Good evening. Thank you for stopping in. I appreciate you.
There wouldn't be falsifying, okay? We gotta work off of evidence and information gathered. And it's the police's responsibility to track that down and say, hey, you know what? You're wrong because of this. Thank you, it's great information, but we at least, and you know, it may not help us find out who did it, but it helps us find out who didn't do it. Okay, you know what I'm saying? And that's just as important in this type of work.
Okay.
Have you ever driven over the posted speed limit?
No.
Am I wearing a tie?
Yes.
Do you suspect someone of causing the death of your mother?
No.
Do you know who caused the death of your mother?
No.
Bingo.
Did you cause the death of your mother?
Bingo.
After failing the test, the detective lets Jasmine know her results. The results stated that Jasmine herself didn't kill her mother, but she was involved with her death, and she knew who killed her.
Okay, and I'm going to go right off the bat is that you know who did this on this, and I'll tell you why. Okay, well, you do, okay? Look at your name. Your name's a nice diagonal, okay? Nice diagonal in there. Because why? Because that's your name. There's no stress. That's how I took away the situational stress. Now I asked you, again, do you know who caused? And you start banging on the stress. You know where else you start banging on the stress pretty good? Did you cause the death of your mother? Look at that.
I wasn't even there.
Oh, whoa. Do you know who caused the death of your mother? Well, I believe you do. I believe you have some information about maybe two brothers or somebody that might be involved. And for you to not get any deeper than you are, I think that's where we got to clarify this. We got to help ourselves out now. We got to think of the rest of our lives at this point, okay? And I think you have some very detailed knowledge in your head about somebody you were willing to put on your arm at one point in your life.
He was with me.
Okay. I'm just saying. So I need you to tell me what is specifically.
I don't.
Well, you do. You do know something about two brothers that were going out there that day. That maybe while you were gone and met them, and then you left and went back to the city.
No.
Okay, Jasmine, I'm trying to tell you right now. That do you think? Where do you think I got this info from just now?
The detective, probably. You know.
No. Well, what do you think?
Was it for me?
Where do you think? Okay, let's use our head here. You're smarter than this. Okay. Matter of fact, you're trying to oversmart it, and that's where you're going to get jammed.
I'm trying to figure this out.
You're trying to make something in your head right now, which is natural.
No, I'm not.
I expect
Okay, I'm leaving.
Okay.
Yeah, all right. Because you're not about to catch me in a lie.
Okay. All right, Jasmine.
Jasmine left the police.
So this is why I said exactly what I said, that she should have remained quiet. And if anything, you should have denied the polygraph test. But I mean, I guess you did it because someone told you if they ask you for a polygraph test, go ahead and take it because it's going to make you look more trustworthy. But the second part that they didn't tell you is that you actually have to know how to beat a polygraph test. And polygraph tests can be beaten, right? I'll just say that. I ain't gonna give y'all all the tips and shit, you know what I'm saying? But polygraph tests can be beaten if you really know what a polygraph test actually looks for. You can beat those things. But I'm glad that she didn't beat it because then we wouldn't have this information that she knew about who unalived her mother. She was involved in it in some way. And now she wants to run out the door because, she got the clarification from the detective earlier that there is no locks on the doors. Nobody has came in and said we're going to detain you or we're going to put you under arrest, so you're still free to go. But even when she said while she was walking out, oh no, you're not going to catch me in a lie. My dear, they already caught you in a lie. You just forgot that you took the polygraph test. You just took the polygraph test that let them know that when you said that you didn't know anything about your mother's death, you did, and that who might be involved, you did know. Those are two things that you lied about. But, not everybody is the smartest crayon in the bunch. But here we go. Let's go on.
Department, but she would return the next day and ask to speak with the detectives again. Jasmine realized that the police knew much more than she initially thought, so she wanted to get ahead of the situation.
Who would have just thought, 7 months just of love, and you would think somebody could just do that, flat and not care. He's brainwashed me. He's abused me.
Knowledge, right?
Of course, and his brother. That's why my grandma has a restraining order.
Against
and probably his brothers. They make you feel like talk and you die. Just talking, you're gonna die. He even told me, was it yesterday, that if I were, because when you were walking, I wanted to tell you so bad.
I know you did. I know you did. And that's
so Knowledge had found out how much my mom's insurance was.
Because she made you the beneficiary?
I wasn't the beneficiary though, because she had, at first it was her ex-husband, and I guess that she just took him out. She didn't make me one. She just took him out because the next person is your daughter or your children or whatever. So she just figured I'll figure it out that way. And so he must have found the paper or something. He was talking to his brothers, and I just didn't think that they were gonna do it. I'm just thinking it's all talk. People talk.
Absolutely.
People say anything. Oh well, maybe if we kill her, the money will come and we'll get it. Da 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 da. And I'm just like whatever. And then they were sitting there saying, oh, if you talk, we're gonna kill you. If you tell anybody, we're gonna kill you. And it's the saddest thing is and I'm sitting there thinking, and then literally last week he told me indefinite, oh yeah, my brothers did it and they don't care, da da da. If you talk, you're going down too. I said I didn't do it. I said the saddest thing is I took the test. The only thing that I lied about was saying I didn't know. That's it. I didn't do it.
And that's why we're here for you now. So tell.
I want us to just think about this real quick. So she said that she didn't know how much her mother's policy was, but she knew enough information that her mother did have life insurance. Then she said that whoever, I don't know if it was the brothers or whatever not, that they came across or found her policy, found how much it was, and then they came to her and propositioned her to say, hey, let's get rid of your mom so we can get the money. And this will help us out. We can, get out the hood, whatever, right? But I want y'all to really just think about this, break this down, dissect this. This girl had a conversation with brothers, and I don't know if these are her estranged brothers, these are half brothers or whatever not, but you sat down and you had a conversation with your brothers about unaliving your mom. Do that sound like a woman who was close to her mother? That doesn't even sound like a woman that even liked her mother. And people don't have conversations about life insurance policy. It's bad enough that you can't even talk to your parents or your loved ones about setting up funeral arrangements. Most people don't talk about their death. They feel that that's a taboo or a bad omen. Like when you talk about arranging funerals and stuff like that in the future, it's a bad omen, like you're wishing for it to happen. That's just something that's not really common. Some people do it, but majority of the people I've known, or they don't do things like that. They don't do things like that. So for her to sit up there and having a whole conversation about we need to get rid of your mom because we need her money and this is how much we're going to get. And then to the point where they sat there and they say, oh, you can't tell. And if you do tell, you're going to be in on it too because that's your mother. You'll be the top target. The fact that she even knew that the ex-husband was taken off the life insurance policy because they got divorced and that it goes to the next of kin, you gotta be shitting me if you think I am going to believe that you were not involved in this. And I don't care how much waterworks you have and how, oh, you was afraid. You wasn't afraid about nothing because, again, if you loved your mother and if they threatened that they was going to harm you and that you had to go along with this quote unquote plan or whatever not, why didn't you go to the police? Again, why didn't you go to the police? Are you crazy? My mother is way more important and special and valuable to me than $300,000. Why would you allow the plan to continue to go on, right, until it was completed? You could have nipped it in the bud so long ago. You could have just made, after they said that, oh, okay, yeah, all right, you crazy motherfuckers. Let me go get my damn phone. Hello? 911, yeah, I want to report people are planning to kill my mother. You could have even told your mother it and let her call. But you didn't do anything. Why? Because you had motive. You knew you was the next of kin. And you wanted that money. You was the mastermind behind this whole thing. You was the mastermind. They didn't just quote unquote randomly find her life insurance policies. No, you knew where she hid her life insurance policies. In fact, she told you that you was on the policy, that you would be the beneficiary, trusting in you, loving you as her daughter, and look what you do. Despicable human being. Despicable. Hey, Summer, how are you doing? Good evening. She says she got charged with murder. She knew and didn't stop them. Right, exactly. She didn't want to stop them because she was thinking about her pay date. Yes, thank you, Miss Jalen. She likes money more than anything else. I agree. I totally agree. Yes, please go ahead and hit the like button for me. Truly appreciate it. King Kamikaze says she probably was the ringleader. She was most definitely the mastermind behind this. They didn't get any of that information unless she told them, because I'm under the understanding that she was probably living under her house with her kid. Her mother was taking care of her kid while you go work or do whatever not. You was being looked after by your mother, and you had access to all her personal information, her mail, everything. And you found the policy. You don't really like your mother. You hate your mother. And you was like, you know what? This is a good idea. Terrible, despicable woman. Hi, Kim Ford. How are you doing? Good evening to you. Shout out to South Carolina. Shout out to you, ma'am. Shout out to you. Let's go on.
You know what I mean? Like, you're the one that ran.
So who actually was in the house and killed your mother?
Malquan and Devontae Devine.
Jasmine admits that Knowledge has two brothers, and they were the ones who killed her mother.
And how did they kill your mother?
They strangled her.
Okay, so how did they get there?
Knowledge picked them up and brought them to the house. I was next door.
Is your mom sleeping?
No, my mother wasn't home. She didn't get out of work.
So are they hiding in the house?
Yep.
So they hid in the house, and then you and Knowledge tell your mother they're going to the city to sell a phone?
Yep. Comes back, we're driving whenever. He gets a phone call, and then we go back to the house.
A phone call from who?
His brother.
Which one?
Raleigh. And then...
What's he saying on this phone call?
Oh, it's done or something. Like, he flat out says it's done, and I'm in shock. Like, whatever.
What were they saying?
They were like, oh, well, she struggled, and, like, she tried to stab him with a fork. I guess she had a fork in her hand, and she was trying to stab Malquan with the fork, and Vontae with the fork. And she put up a fight, and then they held her down. They literally said, like, they burst in the door, and...
Where'd they hide?
In the closet.
In her bedroom closet? Or your bedroom closet?
In the spare bedroom. But they said they walked in the room, And like she was laying there eating, and they burst down the door. And
So she doesn't even know that she told on herself because, again, how did they get into your mother's house? How did they get into your mother's house without the key? Did you give them the key, Jasmine? Did you give them the key and you created a little decoy for yourself to go shopping with your child so you wouldn't be in the vicinity when they did it? And then and here's the thing too, the kicker that is like really like irking my nerves. You're now telling them that they called you after it was done. They told you that your mother fought back because she's the warrior that she is. She's going to go out with a bang. You ain't just going to take her out, without her fighting. And that they were hiding in the closet waiting for her to come home. How would they even know that, that they needed to be in the house before she got home? You told them her work schedule, didn't you? Like, there's so many things within what you're saying that lets them know, the detectives that's sitting across the table from you, that lets them know how involved that you were in. You wasn't just quote unquote going to the store, going shopping, whatever not, and then you was startled with the news. Yeah, we took your mother out and everything. No. You set it up for them to do that. Your mother was ambushed. Your mother was ambushed by two grown men. Strangled. You allow your mother to be strangled. Your mother had to fight for her life, grab into kitchen knives and forks and stuff like that. Like, I'm really like disturbed right now. Thank you again, King Kamikaze, for the Sunday for 100 Joules. I truly appreciate you, sir. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you. Truly appreciate your support. Danny said she did it. That line. Yeah, she did do it, Danny. She definitely did. She was definitely the mastermind. She didn't want to get her hands dirty, but she set everything out for her. Self-awareness have been evicted for that one. Self-awareness. How about dignity? How about respect? How about integrity? How about honor? Like, how about just being a decent human being? Like, even even if you can't be necessarily a decent human being to regular folks, you would think that you would have some respect and some honor for the parents that bring you into this world. But no, nope, absolutely not. Oh, I'm glad you love interrogation, Kim Ford. I love interrogations too. And thank you so much for subscribing. I truly appreciate you, dear. Truly appreciate you. Let's go on, guys.
And she said, "What the F?" And like, I guess they tried to put it back over her, but she ripped it off. And they had latex gloves on, I guess. She stabbed him with a fork. I guess they said that she had food over her mouth.
She had food all over her mouth?
Like, all over her mouth. So I'm pretty sure she probably fell asleep in her food when they scared her and when they walked in. Vontae said that he hopped on top of her and, like, choked her out.
Jasmine has admitted to knowing about the murder, and the only reason she didn't go to the police immediately is because she was in fear for her life. The detectives need to get her to confess that she was part of the plan from the beginning, so they can charge her with first-degree murder.
So did you guys have that plan that night to do this?
I didn't plan this.
No. Okay, Jazz, listen. We're trying to figure out what the pre-plan was, because you said he found out about this.
Him and his brothers had planned this, talked about this.
Was you and
destroyed her. Oh no, I didn't talk to nobody about this.
And that's what I'm saying. We were being told that you were involved in planning all this.
I wasn't involved in any of this. Literally, he found out about the money, and that's when he.
How did he find out about the money?
He must have found the paper, because me and my mom were talking about it one day, but I didn't think he was listening. Because she had told me, she was like, "I want you to know that I did change it," because she'd been divorced.
You see what I'm talking about? You see what I'm talking about? Didn't I tell you? Didn't I tell you? Your mother told you. Your mother told you that you was going to be next of kin or beneficiary or in reference of her life insurance policy. You're making up a lie saying that he overheard y'all talking about her life insurance policy. Again, it does not explain how he had access to her life insurance policy, because you know why? I'm sure that your mother is old school, just like my mother is old school, and many other mothers are old school. You don't put or keep important documentation around for people who's in your house king to get access to it. That's just not how old school give it up, right? They don't leave their mail around the place where everybody can see what's going on and what the doctor said and what bill is this. That's not how old school cut and play it. You know, they have literally binders and folders and firebox for all their documentation, and they have it locked up. You might even find it under the bed. You might even find it in the closet. You might even find it into its own little makeshift grave inside the closet. That's how old school give it up. Like when it comes down to money and documentation, personal documentation, birth certificates, social security, marriage, license, whatever. They keep those things really stored and out of sight and out of mind. And I'm sure your mother did the same thing. You told them, you knew where she had it. It's terrible. This woman is really, 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 really a terrible, terrible human being.
4 or 5 years now, I think. And she just got around to change it, and I'm thinking to myself, that's a little late, but whatever. I can't complain. I can't yell at you for that. It's whatever. And he must have overheard, or I found a piece of paper. I mean, I did not plan this. I wasn't involved with this at all. They told, the first words they told me before, if anything, if I tell, I die. If I tell, I die. Because running that through my...
Jen, I don't doubt that these guys threatened you right from the get-go, okay? That we don't doubt. We're not doubting that. Like I said, you're here to talk. You want to get this off your chest.
I am.
But I just want to make sure that you understand that, you know, we're going to eventually talk to everybody. So we're going to like try to remember all the details that you can so that they don't pop something in there and we're like, okay, why didn't Jazz tell us this? You know what I'm saying? So just, like I said, try to be as truthful as you possibly can and try to remember everything that can come to you.
After Jasmine's mother was murdered, Jasmine quickly sold her trailer for $10,000, as well as everything else her mother owned. She also took her mother's debit card, and she withdrew all of her money out of her bank account.
And Ronte was like, give me $200 or you die.
Okay.
And that's when he had my mom's credit card and he gave it to me. And I went inside, used the bank thing.
So he took the credit card from her?
Uh-huh.
Okay. What else did they take from her, do you know?
Her tablet, which I got back, but they took the SIM card out, and then the tablet got broke. And they took her Capital One credit card.
So that's what you used up at the gas station?
I used her bank card.
You used her bank card?
Absolutely,
And you took out a total of
$600.
Yep. And then you gave Daquan $200?
I gave Devontae
$200?
Yes.
So she already showed signs that she planned it. You sold your mother's trailer. You sold all her things. You had her debit card and you was using it. And you was trying to give them, ration out little money here and there to the guys who actually did the dirty deed to you, for you. $200 here, $300 there, whatever not. Right, because with the life insurance policy, it's going to take time for you to get it. And then they have to rule out if it was any accidental death. They have to rule out if it was a wrongful death. They got to rule these things out when it comes down to the life insurance policy, right? Then you also have to figure out whether or not if she had whole life insurance policy. You don't know, right? She could only had accidental life insurance policy. And that only pays out a certain amount or so, right? There's a lot of things that goes on into the insurance policy that most people who are going to be the beneficiary who don't know, right? They're not really aware of it until it plays out. But she's automatically showing how involved she was into this situation. You still are not even concerned that the fact that your mother has passed away. You're having this conversation with the detectives and you have not shed one tear. You haven't shed any tear that why did my mother have to lose her life like this? I never wanted my mother to lose my life, her life like this. Oh my God, I can't believe that they did this. I didn't really think that it was gonna go through with this, and I've been having nightmares. You're not showing any concern about your mother. None whatsoever. All it is trying to remove yourself from the situation. This is all that's being shown during your interrogation. You're just trying to remove your involvement into it. But the more the details that you tell, the more that the detectives are understanding how much you were the mastermind. But she doesn't understand that. She's doing the same thing that she did when she took the polygraph test. Talk too goddamn much. But let's go on.
So the $200 that you gave them that night, that's the most that they've made off this whole thing?
Yeah.
$200?
So far, because what was the agreement?
Oh, they wanted 15.
15,000?
A piece.
So the plan was they get 15,000 a piece, and how much do you get?
I get the rest. But I do know that they burned their clothes in the backyard.
Of their house?
Of their house. They had a fire that same night in the backyard.
After her mother was killed, Jasmine called her phone, knowing she was already dead. I see this a lot in murder cases, where the killer will call or text their victim after they are dead, because they think it makes them appear innocent.
I did.
You called your mom?
I called her at 9:30. I called her.
Hey, Kimmy, how you doing? It's good to see you. Good to see you. I know it's a late night trip.
Because you knew the job was done by
Because
then.
I wanted to just think it wasn't possible that she would pick up the phone.
Okay.
If they maybe messed up.
Okay.
If they didn't have a chance. Oh, I like everything I told you after, like this part right here is the truth.
Okay, read
I came home, walked through the back door, I said her name, walked in her room, she wasn't on her bed, I found her on the floor, and I panicked and I freaked out in the bathroom. That's literally what happened. Because the saddest thing is the only part that I knew it, the part that I was going to fail was knowing it. That's it. Because I wasn't there. I didn't cause it. I didn't plan it. He said that if I don't come back, he's going to tell everything, and I'm going to get more time because he's going to lie and say that I planned all this, and that if I don't come back, he's going to have me and my grandma killed, and my sister, and my dad, and my aunt, and my whole family down the line.
Well, he's scared right now because he knows, like I said, that
You were scared. I'm terrified.
Right. I'm saying that's why he's saying all these things, and
that's what you want to do.
He's trying to scare you into not
like if that's what and I told them, I said, if that's what you want to do, then that's fine.
So at no time you're telling me you didn't ask him to harm your mother or do anything to your mother. At no time you told him you wanted your mother dead?
No.
Okay.
I mean, I may have said that to my mother, I hate you, and she told me yeah, me too. You know.
Okay. So you didn't think that they were going to, and they were.
I honestly didn't think it was going to work. And then I'm praying. When I called my mother, that was me basically praying that it didn't work.
Okay, so what conversation did you have before when he planned this?
With knowledge?
Yeah.
And he was like, oh, well, why don't we? And I'm like, why? Like, what's the purpose?
Okay.
Like, what? I mean, what? Because of money?
Right.
But no offense, it's still not even here yet.
If someone only knew about the plan to murder another person, and they stayed silent because they thought they'd be killed, the law generally does not treat them as a murderer, as long as they didn't help in any way. Prosecutors have to prove the witness chose to help, and they were not forced to.
Okay.
Well, you knew they were planning it.
Planning it, but not
initiating it. Okay, well, I'll go with you on that, that maybe you didn't initiate this, but you acknowledged it while we were doing this.
They were the ones talking about it. They were the ones, like, sitting there.
So the detectives have to talk to her in this particular type of way because she is going to go to the grave that even though she knew about it, she had no parts of its planning. But she already gave that information up already, right? They kind of getting an idea with her that they're not going to get a confession. She's never going to confess. She keeps on stating that even though she knew about it, she had no plan of it, and she didn't initiate it. But in fact, you actually did initiate it because you gave them access to your mother's house. You told them about your mother's schedule. You made sure that you took you and your child to go shopping, to be out of sight and nowhere near this potential plan or plot. Then they contacted you and informed you how everything played out. You didn't go call the police. You just admitted that you went in the house and you saw your mother in that state and that you got scared and ran into the bathroom. But I don't even think you called the police then either. You didn't try to resuscitate her or any CPR or anything whatsoever. And then after all of that, you went and you sold all her stuff because you knew that you were next of kin. I, I don't know what to tell you. You know, they're not buying it. They know that you were not as fear for your life as if, they was like, "Oh, we're going to kill everybody." What if that was the case? Just hear me out, guys. If that was the case, what is stopping them from unaliving you? Right? You're the one who's going to get the big payout, right? And to appease them, you sold the trailer, you sold all her items and stuff, and you was able to give them a little money here, a little money there. Here, hold down this type of money until the actual payout comes, because it's going to take about 90 days for us to get this. So, y'all gotta have to wait. But here, take this, take that, and wait until I actually get that check. What would stop them from taking your life? If they could take your mom's life the way that they did, why wouldn't they take your life or your kid's life? It would be that easy. It's not like they don't know where you live. It's not like they don't have your phone number. It's not like they don't have your schedule, your schedule. And then that would be an even more bigger payout, right? Because these are your brothers, right? Right? I mean, I don't know. Hi, DHFH. No lawyer, no answers. I mean, we always say be quiet here, right? We always tell them to stop, don't say anything and go get a lawyer. But a lot of people don't do that, especially if they believe that they're smarter than the average bear, or I would say smarter than the average detective who usually have 15 to 20 years in service of doing this type of work. We preach that here, but they don't hear us though. Man, we know she guilty, but the fact that she won't shut up, she will not shut up to save her soul. But like I said, usually vomit of the mouth or word vomit is a sign of trying to fill in the silent parts of a conversation, right? And to make your story seem even more plausible. So when they don't like that little silent part while we're having conversation, to let whatever said just sit in the air and to be processed, no, a manipulator will continue to go on and on and on and on and on and not leave any room for you to actually process what somebody said to you and come to a conclusion with it, because they want you to forget what they said earlier. They want you to forget what they said in the middle. So just in case if they gave something that could have given up their cover, you're too busy focusing on the last thing that they said or the new thing, or trying to catch up with the new thing they're about to say. It's a tactic. And think about it. You'll see that in your real life with people that you actually really deal with or even converse with, even on YouTube sometimes with these live streaming stuff. A person that just keeps on going like the integer bunny, they have to fill in those holes. They have to fill it in because they can't stand the silence. They can't stand that little breath in between to allow people to really think and process and dissect what you said. They can't stand it. They cannot stand it at all. DHFH said greedy. Yeah. DHFH said, guess what? They not smarter. Lawyer up is mandatory. We believe that it should be mandatory. It doesn't even matter if you actually are innocent or if you are guilty or have something to hide, please go get a lawyer. Do not try to go battle of the wits with these detectives. You are going to lose. They study human psyche for years. They study body mannerism, all right? They have a real strong understanding of the human psychology, right? So I wouldn't do it if I was you. I really wouldn't. But let's go on.
And I was just sitting there. Because like I'm telling you, I didn't think it was going to go through. I honestly didn't think it was going to go through. And yes, I should have called 911 right when I heard them even discussing it to even inform people. Like I said, I was scared. Now I would ask his brothers, like, y'all want to make some money? And I'm thinking to myself, what? I'm sitting back, like, just thinking, what? And yes, his brothers, do you guys want to make some money? And then they're sitting there talking about it, thinking, oh, how is it gonna happen? When's it gonna happen? And I'm like, what? Like, why? In the back of my mind, I'm thinking they're just talking. I'm not.
So they're talking right in front of you.
Oh, right in front of me.
Plan to kill the mother for her insurance money.
Yep, right in front of me. And I'm thinking, I'm like, it's not gonna happen. It's not gonna go through. They're not gonna go through with it.
The police didn't have enough evidence to charge Jasmine with anything, at least not yet. What they did have is evidence that Jasmine's boyfriend, Knowledge, and his two brothers, Devontae Devine and Malquin Drayton, were involved in the murder. The police were able to locate Knowledge and Malquin and bring them both in for questioning. They begin by interrogating Malquin.
Well, we're here because of what you guys did in Ontario.
What?
What?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. You familiar with Jasmine and Jasmine's mother?
I'm familiar with Jasmine and her mother, yeah.
Okay, well, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh.
What do you know about Jasmine's mom and stuff?
Hey girl, Dad, it's good to see you. Good evening, good evening.
Okay, can I just like be honest with you right from the jump here, okay? They've kind of told us that you have knowledge of what happened to her mom, okay? Like investigator Hilford said, this is kind of your opportunity to say, hey, listen, you know what?
Right.
I was tough times, okay? I'm a young kid. I needed some money. They said something stupid to me. I made a stupid decision. Here we go. This is what happened. Because they've already told us what happened.
I didn't know. You want to know what happened?
I want to know what happened. Yes.
All right, this is what happened. I brought Vontae in, right? That's my, my man's, I bring him in, He talk about, oh, now they got some plan. I'm like, what? What you talking about? Then they come in my house but talk about some shit like that. I'm like, I'm just being quiet because I'm like, y'all really y'all really sat down and thought of this in y'all head and really sat down and
So what was their conversation? Tell us what they said.
They was like, oh, we got a plan to get some money, this, that, and the third. I'm like, all right, what is it? But he wouldn't tell me because I'm not close with them or nothing. He don't like me. He don't like me because me and his brother got a closer relationship than him. He don't like me.
You were at the house. You're part of this deal. We know this already.
So we just need to know, what the totality of is. You know what I'm saying? You need to try to save yourself at this point in time.
Maybe you didn't think it was actually going to happen.
What? Oh, I didn't touch her.
Okay. Well, you were in the closet.
Yep. So.
And I think maybe you just held her down.
No. I did not touch her.
Okay, well
tell us what happened.
Tell us what happened.
All right.
It didn't go to plan.
Look, I was there, right?
Okay.
I was there. And then we was in the closet. And I was scared. I was so scared. But I remember they left.
Who left? Tell me who left.
Jasmine Knowledge.
Okay.
And we went to the door. And I was like, I can't do this. Like my heart is beating.
Right. Yeah.
Can't do this. Can't do this. So this nigga Vontae looking at me like, bruh, come on, bruh. So right there, I'm like, I can't. I'm like, I'm really like, I'm inhaling like, I can't, bruh.
You're freaking out.
I can't, like.
That's a huge thing. It's a good thing.
Like, I can't go in there. Like, it's different from shooting somebody, which I never did.
Right.
But shooting somebody, or just going in there and doing something, like, I don't have the heart to do that. I don't have the heart.
I'm sorry. What? What did he just say? What did he just say? Did this goofy fool just say, it's different with it's different than shooting somebody than going in there. Like, I don't even know why. Did you even think that was a good, I don't know, analogy about the difference between, taking someone's life with your bare hands or just shooting them from the distance? And you want them to think that you're not a criminal. And then you think that just saying, oh, I never done that either. Really? Then how do you know the difference, sir? How do you know the difference of how it feels to shoot someone than to actually strangle someone if you have not shot someone before? How do you know? How? Oh, okay. We have someone else who's not the brightest crayon in the crayon box, but let's go on.
Okay, so how did he do it?
I don't know, bro. I went back in the room and I got on my phone because I was like, I can't do this.
So you got on your phone and you did what?
I got on my phone and I just sat there in the closet.
So you went back to the closet? So
Yeah.
you weren't in the room when this happened?
No.
So I was in the trailer. It's pretty small. What'd you hear then?
I didn't hear nothing. If you in the closet, it's like in the room and in the closet. The closet is like in the room. The closet's over there.
Okay.
The room is over here. And I was like, bro, I can't do this. Like,
Okay.
I'm scared as shit. Vontae stayed at the door, but I was like, bro, I can't do this.
Okay.
So I went back, and I don't know what happened. They come in, busting the door. Like, bro, come on, we out, come on.
And what does he say to you?
I don't know. He was like, bro. He's like, he bust in, and I guess he was eating with him, and then, like, he said, like, she, like, screamed or got panicked that he, like, bust in, because he, like, you know how
Bust
the
in the door,
sergeant,
yep.
yeah, it was like, it's like, so she like, I don't know what happened, but he's like, yeah, we gotta go. We gotta go.
All
I
right,
was
so
like,
does he tell you how this goes down?
no, man.
Did he tell you how he did it? Because
I didn't want to talk about it after that. Like,
yeah, but some part of you wants to know how it happened, and I know Knowledge asked. When you guys got picked up, you got picked back up at the church there when you walked out, and the car had to go around you and saw you and told us all about you, because that's how we know you.
Yeah.
All right, so that's what I'm saying. This is really silly, and we're not gonna play games, and I'm shooting straight with you, man. That's why you're here. I don't know you. We didn't just flip a coin and say, hey, this Malcolm guy, we gotta go talk to him.
Right.
All right, so you're here because we know you're involved.
Malquan claims that he was there when Devontae murdered the victim, but he hid in the closet the entire time. This is obviously a lie, and the detectives need to do two things. First, they need to get him to confess that he took part in the murder, and then they need him to admit that Jasmine was in on the plan to kill her mother.
Okay. I heard you got stabbed with a fork.
I got stabbed
Did somebody get stabbed with a fork?
No.
Well, I'm not looking at that specific.
Do you know if your buddy Devontae got stabbed with a fork or something? Did she try to stab him?
I don't know. He didn't tell me none of that.
He didn't tell you none of that?
No. Like, this how the day started.
Okay.
I'm sleeping in my bed, right? And then I wake up, somebody's above me, and it's knowledge. Talk about, come on. I'm like, what are you talking about, come on? He's like, it's happening today. I'm like, bruh, what do you mean it's happening today? I didn't agree to do none of this.
Right.
And then Vontae's like, come on with me, bruh. I'm like, alright. Because that's like...
Now, you guys were supposed to get $15,000 for this?
Huh?
You're supposed to get paid.
I guess.
How much? You only got, what, 200?
I don't know.
You know because you guys stopped and you used the credit card in the ATM on the way home.
Oh, not me. Don't say we did, because I didn't use no credit card.
So
don't say we. Because I didn't use no credit card.
So I'm asking you to clarify for me.
I don't know. She gave Vontae money.
How much?
I don't know.
You know what? It's so funny how, people always try to separate themselves as much as possible when the heat is starting to come on, right? Now it's not we. Now you told these detectives the whole entire time that you was in your bed and that one of your brothers came and hit you and said, come on, let's go. It's time. Today's the day. And you said, oh, today's the day for what? And you was like, are you serious? And then you saying that the other brother convinced you, yo, come on, bro, let's go. Like, you gotta be kidding me, okay? Like, please stop. Like, stop the lying, stop the nonsense. You was down for the whole entire thing. Now don't try to disassociate yourself and say, who's we? What you mean? You literally went with them regardless, even though you said that you didn't want to do this from the jump. You could have stopped it. You could have had told Jasmine, listen, I don't think this is good. And these dudes are wilding out, call your mom and tell her not to come home. That's only if Jasmine wasn't involved in this, right? You could have been left. You could have been left the whole entire time. You didn't have to stay in the closet once Jasmine gave you access into her mother's house. You could have left. But no, you stayed through the whole entire thing. And you want these detectives to believe that, what you mean we? I wasn't with them. Sir, you was definitely with them. You were with them in the closet. Like, come on. I don't understand it. Like, now you want to disassociate yourself, but you was down. Every step that you took shows that you was down with whatever plan they was going through. They didn't threaten you. Those are your brothers. They didn't threaten that they were going to kill you. Your life wasn't in danger.
I don't know.
He didn't share any with you?
Huh?
He didn't know.
He don't be at my house like that. He went to his girlfriend's house. You know how people were traumatized.
Mm-hmm.
He just wanted to go and hang with his girl.
Okay.
So I didn't. Night we separated. That night we separated.
Okay. And you went home and
Yes.
you went to your girlfriend's house?
I went home.
Okay.
But you burnt your clothes too.
Huh?
You burnt your clothes.
No.
You didn't burn your clothes? He did?
Yeah.
Just him?
Yeah. Well, no, he burnt all of them because that he was paranoid. So he was like, "You gotta burn it." I'm like, "Bruh."
And where were those burned at? In your backyard?
I think
Okay. You weren't there when they got burnt?
I was, but
Okay.
I think it was in the backyard.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
I came out and it was like flames. Like.
The detectives begin to realize it's more important that they get Malquan to tell them about Jasmine's involvement rather than getting him to confess to the murder.
Can I talk to you a little bit about something that they
What?
both kind of asked, they told me?
What?
Was that there was at some point in time you guys were in your basement?
Huh?
Can you tell me about that?
That's what I said. They came over,
Okay.
and they like the day before it happened, they came over discussing shit. I'm like, bruh.
Who else was there?
Huh? It was me, Vontae, and them two.
That's what I'm just trying to clarify with you because the stories that we.
So the whole simple fact is, it was good for the detective to switch their tactic into trying to get some form of a confession from him, because at the end of the day, his footprints or his fingerprints is going to be found in that lady's house. He already admitted that he was in her closet. He touched stuff, right? So he's going to get something for that anyway. He has already admitted that they were planning and plotting. That's already first-degree murder, right? So you're not going home regardless. You might not get the same time as the people who actually put hands on Jasmine's mother, but you were well aware, well involved, and you did not do anything to stop it. You followed it until completion. Then, now the best thing that they can do is for him to confirm that Jasmine knew, Jasmine was well aware, and Jasmine was involved with the planning of her mother's death, because she had more motive for her mother to die, because she is the next of kin on her life insurance policy. Because they're starting to realize by the way how he's talking, he's not, even though he's saying that it wasn't him, he's really not going to go against his brothers, right? He's not going to go against his brothers. But he will definitely, he don't owe Jasmine nothing. He'll throw Jasmine under the bus. So they want to see if he's going to do that and give that type of information. Dawn Jones, good evening. Good evening. She said, recap, please. Okay. Oh, yeah. Oh, you got it? Okay, good, dear. Good. Yeah. So it was just this horrible, wicked daughters pretty much set her mother up for murder. Mother was strangled by her boyfriend and his brothers for her life insurance policy. Terrible.
Yeah, we just want to make sure.
No,
So
I'm just mad.
it was
I'm just mad because I got brought into this shit for me doing a good deed.
Well, and that's why you gotta get out in front of us and tell us how exactly how it went down.
For me doing a good deed and bringing my friend in, and I got tangled into
Yeah, so he dragged your ass into a big problem here. So that's why we need to know exactly how it happened.
Like, how would you feel if just one day they talk about something, next day somebody in your face and they tell you to come on? Like, I had no intentions of touching this lady, no anything. I did not go to the house thinking I was going to do anything. I thought this nigga was joking.
Okay.
I thought I was in the
So
car.
what did you think you were gonna go do at the trailer then?
Bruh, I don't know, like, you know how people just do stuff and they over their head, and it just, like, you know.
So what were you thinking while you were sitting in a closet though?
We had to sit in the closet for like an hour and 30 minutes.
So what was the plan? Were you supposed to wait a certain amount of time?
The plan was,
and this is exactly what I'm talking about. You want them to believe that you didn't know what was going on. You thought they was joking. This wasn't serious, but yet you just admitted that you was sitting in this woman's closet in her house to ambush her for an hour and 30 minutes. So you mean to tell me you had an hour and 30 minutes to say, F this shit, I'm not with it, I'm out, and leave, and you didn't do it? You had more than enough time to remove yourself from this, and you didn't do it. An hour and 30 minutes you had to wait until this woman got home, and you really want me to believe that you was not involved in that? There's no way. There's no way. You know how impatient people are today? People can't even wait 5 or 10 minutes to get their coffee and bagel from their local deli. And you want me to believe that you was patient to sit in someone's closet for an hour and 30 minutes and you thought it was a joke? Don says, conspiracy to murder is a good deed. I don't know what he meant about that. Oh, he thought that he brung his friend in, or yeah, I guess he brung his friend in or brung his brother in, and to come in for questioning, and he thought that that was some good deed. That was not no good deed when you was literally involved in the whole entire thing. You knew that that woman lost her life. You was there. You didn't stop it. You didn't render aid. Like, I don't understand. King Kamikaze said he's lying, just lying. Yeah, he's absolutely 100% lying. 100% lying. It's terrible. Let's see. Larry said, I was wrongfully tased and arrested by a cop who committed perjury on me and false incident report, false report. I'm sorry that happened to you, Larry. I really am.
plan was basically, I don't know the plan. I forgot.
It's fairly obvious that Malquan put no thought into what he would say to the police if he was ever caught. At this point, the detectives don't even need his confession, because just by talking to them, Malquan has dug his own grave.
Well, obviously Jasmine and Knowledge leave you two there.
Yeah.
Do you know where they went?
They went to go get an alibi, you know?
And what was the plan for that?
Huh?
Do you know what the alibi was going to be?
To go to Tops or go to, say he was going to get his cousin's phone or whatever the f*** it is.
Who makes this plan? Who's the like?
Them.
Was it now?
Them.
Okay,
He's gonna get all these-
and Knowledge says, "Hey,
idiot.
You know, we got a plan. My girl's mom. Like, how's this go?
They go
Break
like
it down
this.
to
They go
us."
like this. All right. Because Devontae and him meet someday. All right. Then they come to the house
and discuss
and talk about it because he lived there and shit. So like, they're throwing out mad ideas and shit. Like blowing up the house, putting Zans in her juice, doing some other shit, like putting Zans in her shit and all that other shit, like doing some real crazy shit. Like, I'm like, yo, y'all really gonna do that? And he's like, yeah. And then like Jasmine had said something, or they was all conversing and shit. I'm playing Black Ops 3 because this is back when I didn't have a job and all I did was sleep and play Black Ops 3 and play Xbox.
So was Jasmine part of the plan too? Was she saying anything?
Yeah, they came over already said like this shit was planned 3 months ago.
How much did they say they were going to pay him, Devontae?
Huh? They said they first, all right, so like I was not in this. He don't like me. He don't like, no, I'm telling you. And then Vontae was like, he supposed to get 30,000 or whatever, and he was like, split it.
So Larry, I see your messages. I'm not annoying, ignoring you. The best thing that I could possibly tell you to do is to go down to your local news station If you have any paperwork and documentation, even documentation with the lawyers that you was using for your case, and make it aware. I don't know what state you're in. I don't know what county you're in, but I would also look for your county president. You can also send a formal letter to the county police department, or even for the state, or even write, or even go and stop by to your Senate office. These are some things that can help get your story out there and help you with your situation. I'm so sorry that actually happened to you. If that is true, and I'm terrible that that happened to you. Let's see.
Because I want Kwame to come with me.
Okay.
And he was like, no. And I'm like,
Knowledge said that?
yeah. I'm like, bro, if you don't want me to go or nothing like that, if you feel like, because he thought I was a snitch or something like that. He thought I was a bitch, or he thought I was, he was like, no. I'm like, bro, if you don't want me to come, then I'm not going to come. I don't care. I don't even want to do this shit. He was like, nah, bro, I can't do it. I need my mans there. I need a backbone, or, I need to know, like.
They basically just need you to go with them.
Yeah,
So he split his 30,000 with you, or he wasn't going to go at all?
Yeah.
Because he wanted to do that?
Yeah.
Okay, and Knowledge then agreed to that?
Yeah, because I'm like his big brother type shit, like that. And I told him, like, bro, can we do this another day? Because my hand is. And this he was rushing me, and he was saying some wild shit. Like, he was saying, like, some crazy wild shit to make us do it. Like, he was like, bro, if you don't do this, I swear to God, he said something like that. But he was like making it seem like we owed him something.
Okay.
Appreciate
but we
it.
didn't, But it was basically Vontae. I was only there because Vontae wanted me. But he was saying this shit to Vontae because I was only on board because Vontae was there. So he was saying that shit to Vontae because Vontae come, I'm coming with him, So he was telling him, Vontae, if you don't do this, swear to God, this, that, and the third, when your baby born, so they talk about his baby, talk about, and then when this happened, he's like, oh, Vontae, I'm gonna get you locked up so I can have your kid or whatever. Like, crazy shit. He told his grandma,
Needless to say, Malquan continued singing like a bird, claiming that Knowledge was insane, and he threatened Devontae into committing murder.
So you guys are at McDonald's for a period of time, you're sitting down, and then you leave from there. Jazz and Knowledge leave.
Yeah.
Right? She gets money out of an ATM?
Yeah.
Okay. She gets money out of an ATM and gives Knowledge, gives Devontae?
Yeah, give Devontae some, she giving me some, she gave me like $50.
And how much did she give Devontae, do you know?
I don't know.
Okay.
I think it was like $150.
Okay. So basically the plan was, before this happened, the plan was we're gonna kill this woman for X amount of dollars. Where was this money coming from? Like, how are we gonna give you $30,000? Did she say where she was gonna get $30,000 from?
I don't know.
You didn't get any money, except for that $50 that she gave you at McDonald's?
Yeah.
Okay.
You heard that correctly. Malquan threw his entire life away for $50.
Okay.
If I tell you how he did it and what they did it for, can I go home?
You did all that for $50? For $50? Was that even worth it? Like, I hate to say this, right? Because, I wouldn't tell anybody to perform or even participate in any murder or planned murder or anything like that, right? But you came along, you sat in the closet for 1 hour and 30 minutes. And you know what? Maybe I kind of believe his story now that he didn't touch that woman, because he was only given $50. He was only given $50. He was only given $50 because the Jasmine didn't give you 200 and 300 like she gave the other folks, because you didn't do the deed. You was just like a lookout guy. So she just gave you $50. But if you really think about it, was that worth it? You're about to go to jail for first-degree murder for $50. You didn't even get the policy yet. In fact, you are now no longer going to even see that money. The supposed $300,000, you're no longer going to see it. Neither one of you are going to see it. Neither one of you. In fact, Jasmine was the one to to splurge more than anybody else because she sold her mother's trailer and her computer and all her stuff like that. And she gave the two guys that actually strangled her mom $200 or $500, and she gave you $50. She was the one who actually, got to use some money. Y'all didn't even get to smell, sniff, touch, lick, or nothing that $300,000, and you threw your life away for that. That is just crazy. Let's see. How much was the policy? Yeah, that was the policy. 300,000. Yeah, we always tell them not to talk to the cops. Smirnoff, shout out to you. We always say that here. Mine been gone said nothing wrong with talking to the cops. Just make sure the only thing you say is lawyer. That's what we preach here. That's definitely what we preach. Gonna split 30 grand. How many ways? Absolutely stupid. Yeah, exactly. Hey, Brandon. How are you? I hope everything's well with you, sir. Hope everything's well with you. Thank you for stopping by. Let's go on.
I was not supposed to be part of this.
Okay, well, tell me what happened in
I don't want
that
to tell
bedroom.
y'all unless I have a guarantee.
We can't guarantee that.
I can't tell y'all because, but I wasn't supposed to be
Listen, yeah, I mean, let's put it this way. You know that you're in trouble. Okay. I'm not in any position to tell you that I can bring you home or guarantee you that. Right, I can't do that.
Right.
All right, but I know that you were in the bedroom.
No, I wasn't.
I know that you were in the bedroom.
I wasn't.
And then you know exactly how it happened.
No. But I was shook, like I was scared.
How did you?
I didn't touch her. I did not touch her.
Okay.
I promise I did not touch her.
Okay.
And I promise. I was in the room, but I did not touch her.
Then tell us what you saw.
Alright, I just saw it. That's why I told you the pillow. That's what I saw.
Okay, so where was the pillow? Did he knock her to the ground and then shove it on her face?
No, it was like, he busted in, right?
And you're right behind him?
Cause I'm like, he's like, come on, bro, come on. It's like, bro. They bust in then. He bust in. She get up, like, she on her plate flip. She looked at me, she like, what's going on? And then he grabbed her by like, not the head or something, like, he was trying to do, like, I don't know, he was trying to, like, kill her, right? But she got, like, she big, so she was, like, trying to move away from him and stuff like that. So she fell and hit the TV stand, the little desk, and it fell over, and she was on the floor. And then he had got the pillow and like that.
And held it over her face.
Alright. You're going to be under arrest for murder in the first degree. Alright? So, I'm arresting all of you guys for murder in the first degree for conspiring to have this plan and to do this together.
Malquan was booked into the county jail on a first-degree murder charge. Meanwhile, in the other room, Knowledge was waiting for his turn to be interviewed.
So this is kind of your opportunity to come clean and kind of save yourself at this point in time.
Oh, I'm gonna get time.
Okay.
I didn't do it.
Well,
me or Jasmine didn't do it.
Okay.
I'm not gonna lie.
Okay.
All I'm guilty of, dropping them off, picking them back up, and then dropping them back off.
Okay. But tell me how it gets to this point. I mean, you didn't just pick them up and drop them off and say, do what you want to do. I mean, obviously there was some sort of information exchange.
Oh, no, I wasn't.
This is your time. This is your opportunity to, like I said, just give it to me.
And me and Jasmine were driving one day, and I told her flat out, if you ever talk to my mom, how you talk to your mom, I really had to smack her. Her mom got into an argument. And she kept saying, oh, I wish you were dead, I wish you were dead. And she asked me, do I know anybody?
Jasmine asked you?
Yeah, that could do it. My first instinct was no. So I gave her two names, because I honestly thought they weren't going to do it.
Okay.
If she said she would pay them from her mom's 401k or pension or whatever.
Okay.
Me, I knew them. Like, we have a history together. So I thought they would say no, because I was going to offer them $2,500 because that was too low and they were going to say no. That's what I was expecting. And I guess when we were talking to them, they said yeah. And when they said yeah, I'm not going to hold you. I was shocked. And I didn't expect it to, like, actually go through because it's $2,500 on the table. That's what I previously. But once they said yeah, I left the house and went to go sit in the car. And Jasmine was talking to him.
So, Mr. Sherlock, I'm so confident, I'm so smooth, I'm going to get away with it. is a damn fool, right? Because he doesn't know being a getaway driver, or let's say the person who, drops them to do a crime, even are the one who picks up someone when they do a crime, you are either considered a accomplice or accessory to the crime, which you can still face the same penalties as the person who has physically done the offense. But he is so, I'm confident that I'm not going to do time like the people who actually committed the crime, that he says it with his whole chest that I'm only guilty because I took him there and I picked him back up. You're a fucking idiot. You're dumb. The ego of people. You're so freaking dumb. Like, I'm even kind of flabbergasted that they was even able to pull this off. It's a doggone shame that the mom had to be jumped by 3 men. That means that was a woman that would have beat y'all ass by yourself. One of y'all couldn't have taken her. She would have dealt with you, threw you out the window or something. So y'all had to have three of you to take down one woman, one older woman. This is really ridiculous. Yeah, it's really ridiculous. Oh my God. And I tell you one thing, that these 3 men, they're numbskulls. They're trash. They're degenerate. I wouldn't expect anything else from them. But I'm really, really, really disturbed about the daughter, who's the mastermind behind all of this.
Jasmine came out a half an hour later and we just left. And she tried to tell me. I told her I didn't want to know. And Jasmine was like, I want to do it now and get it over with. And me, I'm trying to change her mind. I told her, if you do this, there's no going back. And this is your mother. So she was like, yeah, I can't keep stressing myself out. I went to go pick them up, went back, they hid in the closet.
Absolutely, Brandon. Absolutely.
We left. I guess the plan was to smother her, because Jasmine said she told them how she eats and all of that. And she eats facing the TV with her back to the door.
Okay.
And her mother was like 300 pounds.
It's surprising how many of these criminals think that just because they weren't physically there when the murder took place, they can't be charged with murder. At this point, Knowledge believes he is only being charged with accessory after the fact.
So she says what to you? She wants what?
She wants it over with.
Okay. Meaning to you?
She wants her mother to be killed.
Okay.
At the end game for me was to get my cut and be out.
Okay. What was your cut?
100,000.
100?
Hence the reason I was silent. Because to a person like me, 100,000.
Sure.
I'll be good.
Yeah.
To a person like us, 100,000.
Yeah.
Or anybody, 100,000 is a lot. When were you supposed to get 100,000?
Yep. For the love of money.
No insurance. But I mean, she offered me 100,000 to be quiet. I would never shit. I'm from the hood, but I've been in and out foster care. 100,000 to me, just to be quiet. Hey, why not try? But I knew it wasn't going to get.
You were the chosen one!
Oh my God, you freaking idiot. You're so stupid.
You were the chosen one!
Like, do that make it any better? Do it make it any better? Oh, I'm from the hood. She was going to give me $100,000 just to be quiet. No, she wasn't giving you $100,000 just to be quiet. She was giving you $100,000 for you to be the getaway driver. You freaking moron. You stupid idiot. Like, what is wrong with you? Like, what is wrong with you? And that's sad that you try to use that as an excuse. There's so many people who who lives in what you would consider hoods and ghettos and stuff like that, wouldn't do what you do, but don't paint the picture that everybody has that type of personality and character as you do. Just disgusting, really. It's disgusting. All right. Hi, Roy G. How are you? How are you? Yes. Thank you, Miss Jalen. Thank you, Miss Jalen. We have a couple more minutes and then we will be done with this case, guys. Let's see what they get.
Nowhere. Because it was Wayne County. And boy, I was trying to talk them out of it so bad. But I got a question. I looked up an accessory to murder is 14 years.
Okay.
Max.
Okay.
Ooh, so I'm getting.
See? Did I? Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. He just said he looked up how much he would get in this particular state as an accessory. You see why he was so confident going into the interrogation room and saying, hey, listen, I'm only guilty because of this? Because he thinks that just being the driver, oh, I'm only going to get 14 years. I didn't actually commit the crime. Sir, you forgot to add on one important little detail about that. You was a part of the planning process. You fucking moron. You was a accessory to first degree murder. You weren't an accessory to second degree murder. You wasn't a accessory to a manslaughter. No, you were an accessory to a thought out 4-day plan to unalive a woman that you knew. You're a fucking idiot. And I love the fact that the lady detective is sitting there like, yeah, okay. Yeah. Oh, you got everything all figured out, don't you, smart Alec, right? Ah, you know everything. You really got me there. Oh my goodness. Oh, I just can't. My head hurt. My head really hurt. Dawn says she was never going to pay them. She was going to disappear. That's why she was selling everything. Right, exactly. That's why she gave them $200, $500 here, just to keep them quiet. Because, just like how she was able to manipulate them to do this fucking plan, she just needed to manipulate them more. They're so fucking gullible. They're so gullible. Pure stupidity. Yes, absolutely. He Googled it. He sure did. Google lawyer. We got our Google lawyers and our chat lawyers in the chat, but our chat lawyers is way better than the Google lawyers. He used his Google. Derek said Wikipedia lied to him. Exactly. Absolutely. Like, seriously. Premeditated. Yes, exactly. Super stupid. Yep. Dumb. He asked Gemini. The fake Alexa, right? Knowing him, he probably have Siri. Siri done lied to you, okay? Siri didn't give you the whole facts. And in fact, you can't use AI if you don't know how to ask the proper questions. If you just do the basic typing of a sentence, yeah, they'll give you what is the typical amount of years, but you didn't give them all the extra details. You fucking moron. So stupid. Hello, how you doing? We're going over a case. Let's go on.
Probably get the license, do you think?
I have no idea. That is way down the road.
Way down the road? How long down the road? Because, ma'am, I'm not trying to be blunt. If I'm getting a sentence, let me get now to start my life sentence, because...
The detective realizes that Knowledge is in a hurry to begin serving his life sentence, so they wrap up the interrogation. Ironically, the name knowledge would suggest wisdom, good judgment, understanding of consequences, and making intelligent moral choices.
I'm not the prison. I mean, I can adapt to a prison life, but like I'm too little to be
Hey,
in prison.
Cindy, how are you, dear? How are you? Good evening.
Can I
Good
get in the mental
evening.
health? How do you plead insanity?
You really did not just ask me that.
Yeah. I have a medical history. I need all my resources for this.
Well, yeah, you're doing good at manning up for it. Stay on that path.
If I leave town, how would that look? Like if I leave the country?
Bad.
Who?
Jasmine?
Jasmine, we still have Jasmine.
Oh, that bitch in a holding cell. Boy, what? Oh. Like, where do I range? Like, am I an accomplice or an accessory? Because to me, are two different things.
They are.
That
Tell me
was
what's the
so
difference
funny.
between them.
Accomplice is the
So
one that
funny.
actually partook in the killing.
Okay.
An accessory is somebody that either got bribed or somebody,
So where do you think you lie in this?
to be honest.
Yes, honest.
I
Because
really,
you keep saying to be honest. I want you to be honest.
I'm gonna, like, probably, like, I want to.
You're as good as the person who did it.
Are you serious?
Did you set this up with these people?
Who?
These two people you told me about.
Wait, them two?
Yeah. See what
That
I'm
is,
saying?
oh my god, I'm about to get a life sentence.
Okay, you need to just relax. Okay, we're not even close to being there yet. Okay.
Well, I'm not even talking no more. There is no reason to even come back in here unless it's to take me out. Because I'm already getting a life sentence. I have no more to say. You just said I'm as guilty as the nigga who did it. Oh my god, I'm about to get life in. Yo, that means that bitch about to get less time. Oh my god.
Oh my God. Why are you acting like that? You're not going to get a insane plea or anything of that sort. Like, why are you acting so? You even got me saying, "Oh my God," right now. Like, why are you acting this way? You acting like, "Oh, I can't believe this." Suckerling, succotash. What? And she's gonna get less time than me? No, she's not. She's not going to get less time than you. Like, what do you think was supposed to happen, dude? You really thought that you was gonna get away and you're not gonna get any time and you're trying to play it off that you didn't do this? You sat up there and you ambushed a woman in her home while she was eating, and you literally strangled her to death. And you was trying to get a payout from her daughter, her vicious, evil daughter. And you acting like, oh my God, you're gonna be, you know what? You're gonna be fun. You're gonna be fun in prison. I guarantee you. You're gonna make a lot of friends. You're gonna make a lot of friends, my guy. Absolutely. Absolutely. I don't know. I have no clue. No clue whatsoever. He looks like he wanting his last hit before he does look like he probably do smoke something and it's not weed. He done already told them all they need. Yeah. Yep, I agree. Reality sets in now. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe that's why he's like, oh my God. You know, maybe that's what it is. Who knows? Who knows? Well, how many people you set up? Right. Exactly, Cindy. Exactly. Oh, he was one of the individuals who strangled that lady. Yeah. I didn't want to say it, but hey. Bro finna do like yeah, he probably do. He probably do. Absolutely.
Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. Oh my god, I'm about to get life. Oh my god. Oh my god. I'm as guilty as the same nigga. What happened?
What games you trying to play now?
What the hell is going on?
Cause you didn't start messing up my office.
How am I messing up your office? She said that I'll make it the same time as who did it.
Uh-huh.
But she ain't say shit about what Jasmine gonna get. And Jasmine is part white, which means she gets a white person's privilege. I can't sit down. I have ADHD.
I'm telling you, sit down.
I have ADHD.
And I'm telling you, I'm not comfortable with you walking around. Sit down.
I have ADHD.
Okay.
I will be walking back and forth while this one.
Hook him up.
All right.
You're under arrest.
Knowledge was arrested and charged with murder, and he would join Melquan and Devontae in the county jail.
Hey Jen, how are you doing? Thank you for stopping by. I truly appreciate it. Yes, ma'am. We watch different video essays from different channels. I give my props to these channels because I love their video essays. And we do commentary and have a chat when I do have a stream. Shout out to you. Shout out to you. Thank you for being here. Yeah, but this guy, oh my goodness gracious. Now all of a sudden you have ADD, you have ADHD. Then, sir, you and your ADD and your ADHD ass should not be sitting up here plotting to unalive people for money. Like, I don't know. I don't know. At this point, God should get a lawyer. Nah, he don't even need a lawyer at this point. he needs something to calm him down. I don't know, like give him his medication so he can just understand what reality is, that you're a criminal, you're a murderer, and you about to get life. And it doesn't matter if Jasmine gets life or not, because you're a fucking idiot and you let another idiot convince you to do something. Just accept that. You know what I'm saying? Worrying about Jasmine ain't going to get you out of a life sentence, my bro. Like, stop. Like, enough is enough. I work in the financial industry, and $300,000 is nothing in today's economy spent within a year or less. I agree, Don. I agree. Depends. So we have to understand. I don't know. Maybe I have to wonder, when did this happen? Was this like early 2000 or so? We'll find out. Now they'll be racist because, right, exactly. Exactly, Cindy, you're so right? Oh, now now all men, they just locking me up because, no, they're locking you up because you murdered someone, dude. Like, come on, don't pull that now. They weren't being that way. They weren't being quote unquote racist to you when they was sitting there and allowing you to act like a fucking idiot and lie in their face. Don't try to pull that bullshit now. Like, come on now. His name, Knowledge. That's the joke of the night, mine being. His name is Knowledge. Delusion is real. Yeah, it is. Blind leading the blind. Absolutely. He ain't no state to be answering question, though. He's not in a state to be answering question, but, hey, at the end of the day, you wouldn't even have to ask no questions if you wasn't doing no stupid stuff like this. Too late for a lawyer. Oh, see, the chat lawyer said it's too late. How many in the chat made $300 asking for a friend? Not Sydney, like Sydney sitting in the class. Like, wait, hold on. She got, Birdman hands rubbing. Like, who made that $100,000? Like, I'm just trying to see something, right, Sydney? No, not tripping. People who not used to having money spend stupidity. The tax time proves my point. Yeah, absolutely. We see that all the time with people who win the lottery and stuff like that too, right? What do y'all do to spend $300 a year? Oh, you want to know? Let's see. Basically, snitch for free, solve, gotten less time. Yeah. See, he don't need a lawyer. Not even Johnny Crockett can pull him out this situation. No, I don't even think Johnny Crockett can come back from the dead to help, bruh. I'm sorry. It's done. It's over. And it's hitting him now. And I guess he's going to have a little bit more room in that office than he will have in a prison cell. So enjoy it, sir. Enjoy it while it lasts. All right? Enjoy. Derek said, gain the world to lose your own soul. Sounds worth it. One guy went down for 50. Yeah, the one who went down for $50 is the sorriest piece of shit I have ever came across in a case yet. Like, you know, I don't, mind you, I don't want nobody to do crime. I don't want nobody to be hurting anyone. I don't want people to be destroying their lives over bull crap. But if you're going to, you know, act like a daredevil, at least get paid, right? Like, you know, at least get paid. At least, you know, give that money to somebody. Give it to the kids. Somebody. You did it for $50. $50. You can't even get 2 items in the supermarket with $50 anymore. Like, dude, that is sad. Fear just set in. Yeah, it's definitely set in. Totally. Let me be accessory to that. Jay said he need Judge Mathis. Judge Mathis is gonna be like, nah, bruh. No, you on your own, bruh. I can't help you. Jesus can't help you. No, I can't help you. The glove will not acquit him. No, absolutely not. Yeah. Thank you, Derek. I appreciate it. Hey, MJ, have you heard about the case in Texas? College girl jumping. No, can you send me that, Cindy, or put it in the comment section after the live stream? I want to hear about that. Thank you so much for letting me know. I didn't hear about it. I did not hear about it. OJ Simpson knew he wasn't Yes. Not even Judge Judy ain't gonna touch it. Nope. Not gonna touch it with a 10-foot pole. Absolutely not, Miss Jalen. Absolutely not.
Jasmine was still detained in the other room, thinking that she was about to go home. A detective enters the room to speak with her one last time, before letting her know she is being charged with murder.
How many times have you and Knowledge talked about insurance money?
Me and Knowledge talked about it. What? I brought it up once, and then he brings it up. Okay. Like, he'll continue to bring it up.
Mm-hmm. Before anything happened?
Before anything happened, okay. I kind of shot it down. Okay. All the time. I usually just shot it down. Right. Knowledge had made the agreement with them.
Okay.
I said okay.
All right, and what was that agreement?
15,000? Yes.
A piece?
Yes.
What was the agreed upon method?
The strangling. But I didn't think it was going to go through. You know what I mean?
At some point you did. You paid 2 guys to do it.
No, I didn't pay them.
Okay, well,
they don't have anything. Nobody has nothing. Because me personally, when...
Wait, didn't you give him a couple $100 that night?
$200.
Okay.
$200.
Were you ever intending to pay them?
No.
Really? You're going to keep the money for yourself?
Oh, I wasn't going to keep the money, period. I was going to give it away. I didn't want it. Oh. I felt guilty as it is. Right. I don't want it.
All right, we got to cuff you up?
Yes, that was the thing. Yes, it was.
In the end, all 4 suspects would be charged and convicted of murder. They would all receive the same prison sentence as well. Life in prison with the possibility of parole after 25 years. What are your thoughts on this case? Did they each receive the correct sentence? Should some have received more or less time? Please share your thoughts in the comments below.
That was a really interesting, crazy case, and I'm glad that I was able to review it with you guys. Serve them right. I would prefer for them to be on death penalty, the death row. I would enjoy that. I would, but they're probably not from a state that has the death penalty. It is what it is, but 25 years to life is very appropriate. What they did to that woman was horrible. It was wrong. It was despicable. It was evil. It was just monsters, really. And they had every excuse under the book. Oh, I got ADD, ADHD. I'm from the hood. I'm for this. I'm a baby mama. Or whatever. Y'all had so many excuses to do something very wicked and cruel to that woman. And even what y'all chose to take that woman, to take that woman's life shows who y'all really are, especially her daughter, right? Because her daughter was the one who agreed upon her mother being strangled. Like, that's excruciating pain, fighting for your life, losing your breath, and you can't do anything about it because you have grown men, literally one holding you down and the other one's putting a pillow over your face. Like, that is really disgusting. Really, 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 really disgusting. And I wanted to review this this particular case because I'm sick to my stomach about how little that woman, her daughter, Miss Jasmine, how she felt about her mom and how she hated her mom, and her mom was pretty much taking care of her and the grandchild, helping her out, even though you messed up your life, and you hated your mom and you really thought that money was more important and more valuable than your mom, or that your child gets to have their grandparent, like, and for me, it hurts because I just recently lost my mother, and my mother is worth more than gold, more than any money or anything like that. And to see a daughter do that and have that type of ill spirit, ill will against their mother is really, really, really astounding. It's really, really astounding. But they got exactly what they deserve. Serve you right. I don't feel bad for you. Don't drop the soap. Good luck, especially the one that we was talking about. Good luck in prison. And guys, I just want to say I appreciate all of you that was able to stop by and rock out with me for this long. We was on for 2 hours and 35 minutes. Y'all could have been asleep. Y'all had many other things to do, but y'all was able to kick it with me. I appreciate you all. I really do. Make sure you hit the like button on your way out. Please share. Please subscribe. Truly, truly, truly appreciate it. And I will be back with more content next week. So everyone have a good night. Hug on your loved ones. Tell your loved ones you love them. Take care of them. See them as much as possible. Do everything that you possibly can. And if I don't see you, happy holidays, okay? I'll talk to you later, everyone. Good night.